Welcome to James Clemens High School football. We'll be back with the Jets pregame show right after this. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. For spotless cleaning at your service, call Extreme Pressure Washing, residential and commercial exterior cleaning specialists taking pride in their work to provide convenient and conventional services. Exterior walls, roofs and gutters, fences, driveways and sideways, decks, patios and porches, they clean it all. Extreme Pressure Washing offers free estimates and guarantees satisfaction on every job from start to finish. Extreme Pressure Washing. Call 321-9119. Look for them on Facebook or online at extremepressurewashing21.net. Spell it XTREME. Extreme Pressure Washing.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Hey guys, this is Joanna with CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to our storefront. While you're here, you'll find a variety of Bibles, children's gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more. Come check out our children's section. It's filled with Bible stories, picture books, games, toys, and a growing selection of homeschool materials. Here at CEI Bookstore, our goal is to provide you with trustworthy resources to bring you and your family closer to God. Stop by, and our friendly staff will be happy to help you find material that fits you and your family's needs. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Taking his hand, helping each other home.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, 105 South Marion Street in Athens. Call 232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP. The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All three locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast. Keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports. Play Action Sports.
We are live at Madison City School Stadium for tonight's Region 4 matchup between the Florence Falcons and your James Clemens Jets. It's homecoming tonight for the Jets, and we want to welcome you to tonight's broadcast, brought to you each and every week by Play Action Sports. I'm Kirk Pierce, and we'll be calling the play-by-play action, and you join me in tonight's booth doing the color commentating. Hey, it's the Three Musketeers again. We got James Clemens head baseball coach, Coach Johnny Johnson, and head softball coach, Brad Kimbrough. Brad, it's great to have you back. We're going to start with you, Coach Kimbrough. It's great to have you back, like I said. And I want to just kind of point out that last week, while you were gone, the Jets picked up their first win of the season, and it was a big one. Coach McGee went in at halftime against Huntsville and made some adjustments on defense that really helped seal that win against the Panthers.
And they've been doing that all year long, making adjustments at halftime. We've been a better second-half team defensively in every game that we've played thus far, and I hope that continues to work out. Yes, it's great to get that first win and get the monkey off of your back. We're going to keep getting wins as the season goes if we continue to make those adjustments. And you talk about guys that have stepped up making those adjustments, guys like Jennings, Freeman, Woods, Mayers. Those cats have been playing some defense. And we've played really, really well at times. Early on, we gave up too many big plays and too many penalties. Yeah. And I think that will change and that will continue to progress as we go forward.
Coach Johnson, now we've seen at times what this offense can be, but getting some players back on offense was key for us. We've got that this week. We got a lot of our key playmakers back. But tonight it doesn't get really any easier for the offense as the Falcons have a true SEC player on defense in Jaleel Hurley.
Yeah, Jaleel Hurley is an amazing athlete. He's an Alabama commit, 5-star recruit, but he's just one guy. And so how we keep the ball away from him, I guess, so to speak, or how we choose to handle that one side of the field will be interesting. The biggest thing for the Jets is this. We are finally healthy. Outside, I know Grant Gage is still out on the offensive line, but you've got Kamari Pittman back. He may have a little bit of a limp from that sprained ankle, but he's back. You've got your top three rushers back with Gio at quarterback, but Gabe Ballard and DJ Williams are both back tonight. So we have a full allotment of skill guys, and so it'll be interesting to see how much sharper we are. And with all these homecoming festivities, it'll be interesting to see how the night goes, because I know Gio is involved in that as well. Yeah. So it's going to be a fun night here at homecoming for sure.
Well, you mentioned it's homecoming week, and when we come back, we're going to have the coin toss and the kickoff for tonight's game. It's the Florence Falcons and your James Clemens Jets right here on the home for James Clemens Jets, Play Action Sports.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256 866-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. For spotless cleaning at your service, call Extreme Pressure Washing, residential and commercial exterior cleaning specialists taking pride in their work to provide convenient and conventional services. Exterior walls, roofs and gutters, fences, driveways and sideways, decks, patios and porches, they clean it all. Extreme Pressure Washing offers free estimates and guarantees satisfaction on every job from start to finish. Extreme Pressure Washing. Call 321-9119. Look for them on Facebook or online at extremepressurewashing21.net. Spell it XTREME. Extreme Pressure Washing. Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley.
Again, welcome back to Play Action Sports broadcast of tonight's James Clemens Jets matchup between the Florence Falcons, the visiting Florence Falcons. It's homecoming week, and we can kind of see the band. Coaches, we can see the band going out there. It's been a lot of things going on this week. I know you kind of alluded to that just a second ago, Coach Johnson. Gio's part of the homecoming festivities. We've had the parade. You got the dance tomorrow night. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of distractions, but these kids got to get focused.
Well, we had Spirit Week. We had pep rally this afternoon, and that's something – when we were growing up, there was pep rallies every Friday.
Right.
And it's something different. I mean, we had one for Bob Jones, and now this. It's the first two pep rallies we've had in like 3 years. And so just a different atmosphere for these kids. But I think Coach McGee and his staff will have them ready. I think that after that win last week, there was a little new life to them. Yeah. Getting guys healthy brings some more life to them. And they know that the schedule, this is going to be a tough one. Florence comes in with guys that look like animals.
Yeah.
Like if you watch them come off the bus onto the field, they have some monsters and some good-looking kids. Sometimes they're undisciplined. Sometimes they don't play real hard. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of Florence team shows up.
Well, we're about ready for the national anthem. The James Clemens Band is out there on the field, so we'll pick it up right there. The national anthem brought to you by James Clemens Marching Band.
The James Clemens Jr. ROTC Color Guard, under the direction of Sergeant Major McCrae, is presenting our colors tonight. Our national anthem is performed by the James Clemens Marching Band under the direction of Keith Anderson and Assistant Director Brian Sims.
That was the James Clemens Marching Band bringing us tonight's national anthem. We are just a little over 6 minutes away from kickoff. And Coach Kimbrough, both teams come in tonight with matching Region 4 records at 1-1. Florence comes in at 2-2 overall. James Clemens, of course, with a 1-3 record right now. But here's some irony for you. Coach McGee is in his second year following Wade Waldrop. Coach Morrison on the other sidelines at Florence comes in. This is his first year following Coach Wade Waldrop. Now, I mean, there's some irony right there.
Yeah, and there's some ties. Speaking of ties, both teams defensively have been very similar to each other in a lot of ways. For us, of course, we talked about making halftime adjustments, and the way we've played relatively successful at times, and other times give up big plays. Florence is very similar as well. Part of the reason that they do that is because they like to bring pressure. We're going to see guys blitz tonight. They will bring 6, sometimes even 7 guys when they want to get extra pressure. That can cause a big play for you, or it can give up a big play. And so we may see both out of tonight.
Well, talking about the defense that Florence has, that puts a little bit of pressure, Coach Johnson, on the offensive line. And we know that they're a young offensive line, but they've started to kind of come into their own a little bit. I think one of the best games that they had was the game against the second game of the season, or the third game of the season against Bob Jones with the backup quarterback in Ty Marsh. I mean, they really had some pocket protection for him, allowing him some time. We just need to see that again tonight.
Well, I think they've definitely gotten better. Again, we're getting healthy, but I think that they're learning to work together. The new guys that are in there are feeling each other out, knowing whose strengths and weaknesses, and you seeing them start to mature right in front of your eyes. I think the one thing that Ty did for that offensive line is he got the ball out really quick.
Yeah.
Where Gio tends to hold it a little longer, think he can make something happen on his own because he is such a great athlete that he can move with his feet and throw off balance and do all those things. Ty got that ball out in a hurry, which helped that offensive line. And so it'll be interesting because, again, they're going to have some big physical kids that we're going to face on defense, and how we handle that and keep them off Gio and give him time to get him to the skill guys that are finally back and healthy.
Yeah, Gio's not going to have a chance to stand upright for a long period of time, but that works to our advantage sometimes. I mean, Gio's such a good athlete, and he's got good vision. Is he going to be able to find space, though, with those extra rushers coming around? You know, and we haven't talked a lot about Florence's offense. They've got some guys that can play. You know, watching film on them, I did think about this, and I don't know how much sense this makes. I think they're a pretty decent throwing team, but they're not a very good catching team, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
9 and 24 can run the football pretty well. You know, for us, I think our keys to victory is, A, take away the run game, which we have done at times pretty well. 2, we got to eliminate penalties on offense
Absolutely.
and defense. We've got to eliminate penalties this week. If we can get Florence off schedule with their downs and distance, with a few tackles for a loss here and there, we're going to be in great shape. And number 4, something we've had struggles with, stop the quarterback run.
Right.
Do not let that quarterback become a leading rusher for the opposing team.
When you talk about the receiving issues, they lost 2 pretty big receivers in the Hurley brothers.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is now playing defense only, which he went both ways last year. And then older brother is at UNA right now, and he was about a 6'5", 6'6" receiver height-wise. And so that's 2 guys that they've taken off the offense that they went to a lot last year.
So at midfield right now, you've got the captains for both teams. You've got for James Clemens, you've got Devin Cooper, you've got Gabe Ballard, you've got Nate Jennings, and you also have out there Caden Samad.
Pretty good players.
I think so.
We call those names a lot.
A lot.
We do. And here's even the better thing. It's homecoming week, and we are in jet blue all the way.
I knew you were
Shoulder
going to. I knew it.
To knees, you were in jet
when
blue.
When I seen on social media this week what uniforms they were wearing, that's what my first thought was. Kurt's going to be happy.
I did too.
I'm tickled to death, man. We've got
and he's coined it jet blue now.
It's no longer Carolina.
No.
It's
That
jet
is
blue.
jet blue. The jet blue jerseys trimmed in navy blue and white with the white numerals. The jet blue pants trimmed in navy and white down the side. Got the navy helmets with that shiny jet silver emblem on the side.
It's a sharp uniform.
It is a sharp
I
uniform.
don't know if you out there in the audience know, but Kirk really loves this one.
If you haven't noticed, I tell you, it doesn't matter how ugly you are. You got to be good looking in these colors.
I tell you, in Florence, we'll just talk about them real quick. They got all white uniforms. They got their, I guess that's navy blue trimmed in black
and royal blue trim.
Royal blue. Yeah, I can't even see.
It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
Well,
They
you got jet glasses on.
I mean, I'm seeing through the jet blue
Kind of like
colors.
them rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
Come on now. We are ready for kickoff right here in just a second. You've got the James Clemens Jets ready to bust through and come out here. I think they're going to probably let Florence come through first, but I don't know. Florence is having a hard time over there getting their sign up.
You know, we don't talk about it enough, but I love our fight song, and our band does such a great job. They don't get enough credit.
No, they do not. Here come the Jets, and the lights are already flickering. You got to love the atmosphere. I know it. It's the homecoming atmosphere right here on Play Action Sports with James Clemens. And just want to remind each and every person, you can check out Play Action Sports mobile app. It's your connection to all of our live streams, along with scores, games, archives, and more. All you got to do is go online to pasnetwork.net for the download links. And so here come the Falcons busting through their sign as well. And it was the cheerleaders had a hard time picking that thing up.
That's a big sign.
It is a big sign.
And it's vinyl, so they can reuse it. So I bet it's heavy.
Got a little extra weight on it.
It sure does. It sure does. So we're about ready for kickoff here, right here at Madison City School Stadium, the home of the James Clemens Jets, for this huge Region 4 matchup between these two teams. Again, as we spoke already, Florence comes in with a 1-1 record in Region 4 action. James Clemens, after their win last week against Huntsville, 1-1. And here's something we haven't even talked about. That other school down the street lost last night to Huntsville.
Hey, I watched that one on NFHS. They blew the lead late against Huntsville, and which really puts us in a three-way tie for third.
Yes.
Because Sparkman and Austin are still undefeated. Way too early to talk about those things because Austin and Sparkman still play each other. We still play both those teams. But really advantageous for the Jets that happened last night since we beat Huntsville.
That's right. Well, the James Clemens won the coin toss, and they have elected to defer to the second half, which means we'll see the Florence offense out there first.
I didn't bring this up earlier, but Coach Johnson talked about Jaleel Hurley. When this guy's on the field, we do not need to be kicking the football to him. He is a playmaker.
And he is on the field. Back deep to receive is Jaleel Hurley. And number 9, that is Jalen Simpson. Kicking off, James Clemens. That's a
very high
kick. Going to be fielded at the 20-yard line by the other guy we did not mention, number 4 for Florence. That's Skylar Triplett. He gets down to about the 34-yard line where it's going to be 1st and 10, Florence from their own 34.
Let's go, D.
Let's go. Here we go. Our defense really stepping up these past few weeks. You've got the all-state players. You've got Jamal Mayers. You've got Mark Woods. You've got some linebackers that are in there. And, of course, you've got the big guys, Nate Jennings on the defensive line.
I tell you, one of the big differences the last couple of weeks has been the insertion of Freeman at linebacker.
Yes. Yes.
Man, Durham went out for a couple games, and obviously he's not back. So Freeman has really started to play well.
The young guy playing hard.
So quarterback is Leo Glover, and he hands the ball off to the first man through. That's number 24, but he's going nowhere.
He fought hard for 1 yard. And, two guys that we've been talking about all the time are stuffing that, Jennings and Freeman.
Freeman popped him right away.
So Demarion Vaughn was the running back. He picks up – they're giving him a yard. I say he should have gotten less, but that's just me. All right.
Stealing those jet lenses.
I do, man. I got to take them off. All right, Glover in at quarterback still. He's got Vaughn with him. He's got 2 splits to the far side. He's got 1 to the near side. Shotgun formation. He's looking. He's going to throw it out to the running back, Vaughn. Vaughn's going to catch the ball on the screen and only pick up another yard. So it's going to bring a 3rd and long for the Falcons.
Great job of running the alley. And you guys talked about homecoming earlier. As a coach, I hated homecoming week because your kids' focus just wasn't there until you get 2 or 3 series in. That time, Florence did a great job with their concepts of running people off to get a little flare route, and we just ran to it. Our focus looks to be there.
I think that was Cam Wells on an open field tackle right there, and if he misses him, he's going to get a pretty big gain.
Yes.
So great open field tackle.
Big 3rd down to start the series. So
3rd and 7 for Florence. They are at their own 38-yard line. You've got still Glover in at quarterback. He's got a man coming in. They look like they moved a little fast, but they didn't call it. Glover's got to run. He's got to scramble. He's got some wheels, and he crosses, picks up the 1st down, past the 50, down to the 40, runs out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 in James Clemens territory for Florence. Coach Kimbrough, that's exactly what you said we didn't need to do.
We talked about it earlier. We've got to stop the quarterback run, and in that situation, we just didn't contain him. We tried, but the guy's got really good vision, made a great cut, 2 or 3 yards. What should have been a 2 or 3 yard gain turns into a big 1st down and flip field position.
So 1st and 10, Florence from the James Clemens 36-yard line. Shotgun formation now, bringing 2 receivers over the tight end and the up man. Going to hand it off to Vaughn's going to hand it off to the running back, and he's going to pick up a couple of yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 6.
It's kind of confusing there because normally when you flop your tight end and wing like that, or bring an extra man over, the goal is to outnumber the defense, kind of outflank them. But they didn't run that way either.
So Glover in at quarterback. You've got Vaughn, the running back. 2 splits to the near side. They're in the shotgun formation. Now you've got number 9 in there. That is Jalen Simpson. He's the running back. He's going to be on the right side of Glover. Man in motion. Going to fake the handoff. Vaughn's going to keep it himself, run it up the middle. He's got the 1st down, makes another cut, picks up extra yardage, He is down to about the 17-yard line, so first down for Florence.
And there's no question that Florence coaching staff knows the struggles that we've had with quarterback run, so they're going to use it when they can. And right now, he's doing a great job of seeing it.
So the offensive line for Florence able to make some lanes for the quarterback. Vaughn still in there. No, check that. That is Glover. I got to get their names right. Glover is the quarterback. He's got behind him number 9, Simpson. Going to hand it off to Simpson. Simpson's going to try to bounce it to the outside, but gets nowhere. Brought down by big number 13 for James Clemens. That is Brody Stinson.
Hey, great job by Brody that time. Running the gap, filling that gap, making the tackle.
So 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. Just getting started in the first quarter. Florence first possession of the game. They are down in James Clemens territory. Ball marked at the 19. So 2nd and 10 for Florence. Glover, quarterback. He's got trips to this side.
Watch for quarterback run again coming this way.
Empty backfield. High snap. He's able to field it. They're going to try to run him out of bounds. He picks up a few yards, but again, able to wrap him up, bring him down, brings up third down.
Another huge third down.
I'm going to tell you something I noticed, and this roster cannot be right or my eyes are bad. That offensive line looks huge.
They're monsters.
And it lists number 71 there, Jones, as 255.
There's no way
on earth. And then one of their other line, I mean,
that's just his torso.
244, 198. I don't see a 198 on that line. They are massive.
If 71's not pushing 3 bills, I don't know what 3 bills is then. I'm telling you, man, he is a big old boy. And strong because they're able to make some room right there on that defensive line, get those lanes open for the running backs and the quarterback. Glover is going to roll to the near side. He's got some room. He's going to keep it himself, cut it back upfield. He's going to be brought down at about the 10-yard line, short of the first down, it looks like. So it's going to bring up 4th down and about 1 after he decided to keep it himself and tuck it and run.
I'm going to tell you what, Samad and I think it was Jack Kreider hit each other trying to make that tackle.
Yeah, it looked like they just went face mask to face mask. That time Florence spreads out Jalen Simpson as a slot guy. When they do that a lot and bring 24 in the backfield. But when they put him out there at slot, they're looking to throw the football to him.
So Florence with a big 4th down right here at the 10-yard line. So it's 4th and 1 for Florence. James Clemens' defense needs to hold. Got 24. That is Vaughn in the backfield with Glover. Got some movement on the offensive line, so that's going to back him up. That changes the dynamic a little bit.
Florence believes that JC were offsides.
Looked like the Poe brother there in the middle on the nose jumped.
And they did, even though they moved. So they're going to call that against James Clemens. That brings up 1st and goal, ball spotted at the 5.
Man, that's tough because you've had 2 opportunities now to get off the field and you don't. We talked about quarterback run. We talked about penalties. We're not winning those battles right now.
So Simpson in at running back, 2 men in motion, changing sides to the left side. Going to hand it off to Simpson. Simpson kind of slipped, but able to get his balance, but he's brought down for a huge loss.
How about that? I mean, I'm fired up for Brody because Brody's just playing, and he looks like he's having a good time playing.
Passionate young man.
2 huge tackles there by Stinson to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line.
When we talked about Mark Wood early in the season, how he shot that gap when he saw run, how he attacked the line of scrimmage, Brody's doing the same thing so far tonight.
Yes.
So 2nd and 8, 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line for Florence. Empty backfield. Glover, shotgun formation. He's got 1 split to the far side, 2 to the near side. He's going to take it and keep it himself. He's going to do the end around to the right side, cuts it up, gets in the end zone, touchdown, Florence.
Yeah, they had us outnumbered there. I'm not sure if the motion confused us or what, but we still had guys moving, trying to get a line defensively. They snapped it and we had us outnumbered. That's an easy play for Florence.
So with 6:29 left to play in the first quarter, Florence strikes first with their touchdown, setting up for the extra point is Florence. They got number 81 out there for Florence, kicking the extra point. Chandler Dixon. There's the snap. The kick is up. Looks good from here, and it is. So with 6:29 left to play in the first quarter, Florence takes the early lead, 7-0. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
For spotless cleaning at your service, call Extreme Pressure Washing, residential and commercial exterior cleaning specialists taking pride in their work to provide convenient and conventional services. Exterior walls, roofs and gutters, fences, driveways and sideways, decks, patios and porches, they clean it all. Extreme Pressure Washing offers free estimates and guarantees satisfaction action on every job from start to finish. Extreme Pressure Washing. Call 321-9119. Look for them on Facebook or online at extremepressurewashing21.net. Spell it XTREME. Extreme Pressure Washing.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. Kirk Pierce, Coach Johnny Johnson, Coach Brad Kimbrough bringing you tonight's action. Our producer, Mr. Tim Lambert, as always. 6:29 left to play in the first quarter, and Florence with an early lead, 7-0. Back deep to receive for the Jets. Looks like number 11, that's Doty. And didn't get the other number right there. Kind of waiting. Jamal, okay. Is he out there? No, that's number 10. Yeah, that is Jamal. You're right. Y'all know him better than I do. Back deep to receive. They're standing at about their 10-yard line, ready for this kickoff. Waiting on the official. Here's the whistle. Here it comes. There's the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick. Jamal's going to field it at about the 8-yard line. Looks for a lane. Got a little bit of a lane. Takes it to the outside. Crosses the 40. Pushed out of bounds at about the 43. Great field position there for James Clemens.
Nice return, too. And if it weren't for the athlete, Zero, Mr. Hurley, he might have had an even bigger gain, bigger return right there.
Yeah, and I didn't pay real close attention to the kickoff. I wonder if they leave him back as a safety valve on that deal.
Probably so. I didn't either, but man, after giving up that touchdown, it's good to be near midfield to start this drive, get a little momentum going.
So we've got the offense looking a little different than we used to. Well, they did that where they put the linemen out there, split out. Now Gio got the call. He's going to have 2 running backs in the backfield with him. 2 splits to the near side, 1 to the far side. Lopez drops back to pass. Line held up really well.
Oh.
Pitches out to Pittman. Pittman takes a shot right there off of his hands. It's good to see him back, but he wasn't able to bring that one
Xavier Garner there, number 8.
Garner.
He came up, and Pittman, the throw was high. We saw that early in the game last week, too, from Gio. Off Pittman's hands, and, boy, he paid for it right there. He was extended, and he got hit.
Pretty vulnerable.
Yeah.
So back there in the backfield with Lopez is Ballard and Pittman. 2 splits to the far side as well. We've got 1 to the near side. Logan Egger. Going to hand it off to Ballard up the middle. Ballard's got some room, and he takes it right up there for a nice 6-yard gain to about the 50-yard line. Still on the James Clemens side of the ball, or the 50, but a nice run there by Ballard.
It's good to see Gabe run. He looks like he's got some bounce in his step tonight after being so beat up the last few weeks.
So quick pass out to Pittman, and he gets the first down, and just there's a penalty flag. That's probably going to be holding on Doty.
I think it was Cooper, the inside receiver, hang on a little too long when Pittman went outside of him. He doesn't know where that guy is behind him.
Right.
And as the defender tried to go to his left, he just held on a little too long.
That's a great play call, though. We saw another example right there where they're bringing extra guys. They bring a free rusher off the end, and Lopez does an outstanding job of staring him right in the face and throwing to a hot route coming out of the backfield. Yeah,
Lopez was looking at that cornerback coming in on the cornerback blitz, and he took a little bit of a shot after he released the ball, but he's good. But great pitch and catch there, Lopez to Pittman, but to no avail. The penalty brings it back to the 44-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 10, James Clemens at their own 44. Got 2 splits to the near side, 1 to the far side, 2 in the backfield, Ballard and Pittman. Lopez looks to the sidelines for the call, gets back there, shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Drops back to pass. Throws it again to Pittman. Pittman's going to take a shot at the 47-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, there's Garner again coming up making a big hit. The big deal is they look like they're waiting on that.
Yeah.
And we run that play a lot, and I'm not questioning play call because I know nothing about it, right? But they are sitting back and letting us throw that short pass and coming in and attacking it once they see it thrown.
It was really good protection that time, though, by our offensive front. Gio had time to scan the field, look down there, and make a nice throw.
So Luke,
I was going to say, once again, a penalty. We have a first down on their side of the 50, and a penalty sends us back, and we end up having a punt.
So Luke Bosick back to punt. Gets the snap. It's a quick punt.
Did a good job getting that off.
He did. He really did. Fielded at about the 16-yard line by Florence. He's going to be brought down at the 19. Check that. The 24. Yeah, Mark Wood with a big stop.
It's a good job by our coverage team of getting down there and kind of hemming him up, making him move laterally, and end up making a tackle. We're in good position to start this next series.
So you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at PAS Network and look for Play Action Sports on Facebook. We'll keep you updated on scores and information tonight and throughout the week. There were a lot of games that were played last night, and we'll talk to you a little bit about those as well. But we'll have some scores and updates in tonight's broadcast And that will be brought to you by our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard.
Go see us on Twitter.
Absolutely. 1st and 10, Florence from their own 24-yard line. Quarterback takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself again. It's been proven successful, but right there, that was a loss of a yard on that.
Much better job by the defensive front that time of just squeezing gaps. Give no crease whatsoever, and we're able to hem him in right there.
So it looked like Cam Wells on the outside, and you had Jack Kreider there in the middle, and then Ezel did a good job at linebacker, just standing back and, which hole are you going to pick?
Just
and then I'm going to come feel it.
Scrape until he picks one.
So Glover, shotgun. He's got Vaughn behind him, 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near. Another quick movement, but they didn't call it. The pass out there for 5-yard pickup down to the 30-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd down again for Florence.
And this is what Coach McGee wanted. A few tackles for a loss, a few stalled plays, get them behind schedule. Right? Now we've got another chance to get off the field if we make a play right here.
Well, there you mentioned number 9 being out at running back, out at receiver. Just they did it right there.
He's out there again. They're going to look to get that guy the ball in space as much as possible.
So 1 split to the far side. You got 2 to the near side. Simpson, like we've already mentioned, it's going to be an option play. It's going to pitch it out to Vaughn. Got a penalty flag in the backfield.
Yeah, I think that's got to be a holding coming back.
Yeah.
As well as our guys were stringing that thing out and not getting through, I think it's got to be a hold.
And that's exactly what the call is, hold against Florence. So it's going to bring up 3rd and long for them. And they had that earlier on their first drive, and we gave up a big run by the quarterback.
Yeah, there was a lot of jet blue around that quarterback, and none of them could get through to him.
That's the only thing that made him pretty.
Now, I don't know if you're watching over here, you guys on this near sidelines, just 2 times in a row. If he's not false starting, it's just a
the wide receiver.
Yeah,
yes,
it's just
I've noticed.
A hair of a second, and they're not calling it yet. So I imagine they were going to get to that point here in a second. So you got 3rd and about 15.
Good call right here. Let's take a timeout. Let's see what formation they're going to go to in a really 3rd and long when they got to have it. Let's see what they're going to do backed up like this.
So Coach McGee decides to call a timeout. That's the first timeout of.
Is this a timeout by Tzatziki's?
It is a timeout by Tzatziki's, and that is exactly what it is. You can go online to PASnetwork.net and enter your name for Timeout with Tzatziki's and listen during the first timeout of each and every James Clemens game as we announce the winner of a chicken dinner for 4 from Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe just off of Highway 72 in Madison. And your Timeout with Tzatziki's winner, Donna Goldbro. Donna, congratulations. You and your family have picked up a chicken dinner for 4 from Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe over on Highway 72 in Madison. You guys love some Tzatziki's.
Kimbro, Goldbro. I mean,
I don't know what
just
you're
changed
referring.
his name.
Hey, Donna, while you're there, get some of the beef.
Congratulations, Donna.
Congratulations
Check
to
that
Donna.
Greek salad out.
The Greek salad.
I like a little Greek salad action.
We get really fired up about Tzatziki's, don't we?
Food fires us up more than football.
I'm excited now. I'm hungry. I'm ready to go eat some Tzatziki's.
That's what Tzatziki's can cater us.
So 3rd and 15 for Florence, deep in their own territory at about the 18-yard line. You got Glover dropping back to pass. You got a rush on. He's going to have to move. He's going to the outside looking for a lane. Going to run out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. So it brings up 4th and long for Florence, and that's good defense right there.
That's a coverage, not a sack, but that's a coverage play for us. He's got nowhere to throw the football within reason because we've got those guys covered up and those passing lanes occupied. He's forced to run out of bounds.
Well, and something I noticed there, Freeman did a really good job of not over-pursuing him and allowing him to cut back. He kept the runner between him and the sideline and used that as an extra defender.
So Mayer's back deep to receive, standing at about his 46-yard line. The punter standing at about the 6-yard line for Florence. Takes an extra step, almost got it blocked, but, man, he got that punt off. It is a high-hanging punt. Mayer's going to field it at about the 33-yard line.
He's a speedster.
He's got some room. There's a big block right there. Huge block. He's got a lane. He's down to the 40. Only the kicker to stop him. Still on his feet to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, James Clemens.
Nice run and about 4 big key blocks on that return team.
Oh, they got a flag. Man, I was just about to say, we did a really good job over here around the edges. He was coming of not crack back, blindside blocking guys. We just backed up into him and did a great job of sealing this side. And that's way over away from where that was happening. So
it's back almost to the 55.
Yeah. So it looks like it's going to be a holding against James Clemens on the return. So that is going to negate Mayer's huge run there on the punt return and put us back deep in our own territory.
Well, and like a bunch of these special teams plays, when you get a big one on a return, where they threw that flag probably had nothing to do with the play.
None whatsoever.
Somebody's just overzealous over there trying to block, and it was so far away from where Mayers was at the time, it really didn't matter.
So it's a spot foul, so it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which is going to mark it at...
It's going to be about where he fielded it.
Yeah, which is really weird because I guess it was a hold on the hang time because that the punter took an extra step and then booted that ball, and it hung in the air for a long time.
Like
so
a rugby punt.
It was, and I imagine our guy was just trying to hang on for dear life, and that's where the holding call came. So you got Pittman in motion. It's going to hand off to Ballard up the middle. He's got some room. Hits one big hit, still on his feet at the 40. I'll tell you what, his ribs might feel a lot better.
Yeah, you can tell he's feeling better. He bounced off about 3 different tacklers right there to get extra yardage and get a first down. When he is healthy and running well, he's hard to bring down.
He really is. So Ballard takes the handoff again. He's got some lane, crosses the 45 down to about the 47-yard line. Goes Ballard, 2 big runs right there.
That's the very thing that Florence is trying to stop, too, because they're just giving you one safety high up here right now.
So there's the snap, fake handoff to Ballard, throws out to Pittman. Pittman crosses the 50 into Florence territory, down to about the 39-yard line.
I'm going to tell you what, Devin Cooper and Logan Eggert right there sealed that right there and pushed their defenders to the sideline and did a great job. You're on the wrong side there, Coach.
It's all right.
I was afraid of that.
So Lopez, he's got Ballard to his right, 2 splits to both sides. Going to hand it off to Ballard again, trying to find some room. Doesn't pick up as much yardage on that one, about a yard. So it'll bring up second down.
You know, we've done a good job of keeping the ball moving on this drive so far. That's the first time we've kind of stalled on a play. See what we do here, second and long.
So hurry-up offense incorporated by James Clemens. Lopez, 2 splits to this side. You got Cooper on this side, and you also have Eggert. On the other side, you've got, looks like, Doty and Pittman. Ballard goes in motion, empty backfield, looking for the screen, going to throw it right there to Pittman. Pittman just, I tell you, Lopez was able to just thread that needle. 2 defenders on Pittman. He brings it down for third down.
That's the last guy I thought he was going to throw to. He had Gabe on the wheel route right there, had Doty over on the sideline one-on-one, and there's 2 guys bracketing Pittman.
Small window, but he nailed it.
Zips it in there.
Trips to this side. He's going to hand it off to Ballard. Ballard tries to bounce it to the outside. Still moving his feet. Gets the first down. Extra yardage by Ballard. I don't know how strong he is, but he's looking like he is very strong.
I'm going to go with very strong. He just ran through about 9 arm tackles, it looked like.
Well, and he got on the hip of somebody right there, 57. Which lineman is that for us? That's Dorian Thigpen. That's one that hadn't been playing a whole lot. He got on his hip and just kept pushing.
So Williams comes in for Ballard. Going to hand it off to Williams. Williams got another hole. But it closed up fast, but he was able to pick up about 3 yards on that play, brings up 2nd and 7 for James Clemens.
He's another guy, not as big and physical as Ballard is, obviously, but, boy, he's tough to bring down. We've seen that week to week. He's low to the ground. He's strong. He's probably one of the strongest humans on the sideline, to be honest with you, and he is tough to get down.
Ball marked at the 25-yard line. Going to fake the handoff. Lopez does. Still got to move. He gets brought down at the 30-yard line for a loss of yardage. It's going to be a long third down play there.
That's a big gamble because we went with kind of a not a true stack trips, but kind of a staggered trips and spread those guys way out from the end of the line of scrimmage. Florence didn't honor it probably as well as they should have. They want to bring those extra guys, and that's a gamble. If we got time to get that off, that's going to be a win for us.
So we've got 2 splits to the near side, 2 to the far side, and we moved.
Well, I just bragged on Thigpen, and
yeah.
Well, that's typical. You get a that a boy, and then you get a dang it boy.
That's right.
So it's going to be third and even longer as they're going to move that one back far to about the 35-yard line. That looks like where they're going to spot the ball. So it's going to bring up third and about almost 20. See, 18 for James Clemens at the Florence 35-yard line. Lopez in the backfield. Looks like Ballard's back. 2 splits to the near side, 2 to the far side. Lopez looks over to the sidelines. Gets the call. We are at
end of the quarter.
End of the quarter. So that was a first quick first quarter, if you will, here at Madison City School Stadium. Florence with an early lead, 7-0 over your James Clemens Jets. It's homecoming week, and you're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
Whether you're in the market for residential or commercial property or looking to sell your current home, land, or building, make your first call to the Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Paula and James can help you with everything you need, whether you're buying or selling. Call Paula at 777-4916 or James at 656-2370. You can also see their listings online at alrealsolutions.com. Look for them on Facebook, too. The Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Real solutions for real estate. Attention, all you James Clemens football fans out there. Play Action Sports and Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe are teaming up to bring you Time Out with Taziki's. Listen to James Clemens football from Play Action Sports, and during the first time out of every game, we'll announce the winner of a chicken dinner for 4 from Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe in Madison. Just go to pasnetwork.net, enter your name, and you may be our next winner. Time Out with Taziki's from Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe and Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football and Play Action Sports. James Clemens with about a 3rd and 20 for a first down in Florence territory. Lopez drops back to pass. He's going to have to run. No, he throws it deep. He's got Pittman in the end zone. Pittman, right off the ends of his fingertips. And misses an end zone touchdown by James Clemens, and so brings up 4th and long
and I'm
for the
Jets. And I'm going to tell you what, that's something that would a throw on a run like that far is tough.
Yes.
We're spoiled because we've watched him for the last 2 years do that and do it very, very well.
Right.
But that is not an easy throw to make.
No, and he's inches away from making
that being a touchdown,
a big-time throw and catch. 4th down, we're on the field. Let's get it.
So 4th and long for James Clemens. Ball at the Florence 35-yard line.
Extra pressure is going to come.
You can see it coming off.
Kick. They were about to pooch kick. He was backing up.
So it looks like, did Florence call a timeout?
I think Florence had too many on the field.
So Florence takes their first timeout of the first half.
Well, I wonder if they've got somebody to drop back. Because Gio started dropping back.
Zero came off the field. They want that guy catching everything. So
Lopez,
now he's back.
Yeah, he's back a little further. So it's going to be a quick kick as he's standing at about the 43-yard line. And it is a quick kick. And it's going to bounce.
Nicely done.
At the 10-yard line. Doty was able to get back there, but fielded, but fell into the end zone with 11:44 left to play in the first half. Florence on top, and they're going to 7-0, and they're going to get the ball here from their own 20.
I mean, we talk about Gio a lot, but great job right there. When you're down, inside the 35, and you're going to just do a quick kick like that. He did a great job of giving us a chance to get that thing down inside the 5.
So Florence comes out for their 3rd possession of the game. Defense needs to hold them, keep them on their side of the field, get the ball back. Let's put some points on the board. I'd love a turnover right here.
Hey, never a bad time for a turnover.
No, it is not. Glover.
Especially when you're on defense.
Yeah, he's in the backfield. Glover's going to keep it himself, try to cut it up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards on the play to the 25-yard line, so 2nd and 5 for Florence.
And for them, that's a win, as long as they can get positive yards on a consistent basis. And that's one reason Coach McGee talks so much about getting them off schedule. Some tackles for a loss, fumbled snap, anything like that get them off schedule with their downs and distance so they can't run their offense the way they want to.
So Glover in the backfield at quarterback, puts a man in motion, 2 splits to the near side. Going to hand it off to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to try to find some room. He's got some room, bounces it to the outside, past the first down marker, picks up additional yardage all the way down to the 48-yard line.
44, Stephen Kelsey. He's listed as an O-lineman, but he's really like their tight end slot back. He did a great job of getting up the field and getting on Chris Kang right there and gave that guy some room to move.
Yeah, we can't let blocks get to the next level or we're going to be in big trouble.
So 1st and 10 for Florence. 2 splits to this side. 1 running back. Glover's looking to pass. He's got to run. Got some pressure. Boy, he took a shot right there after he picked up 1 yard down to about the 35-yard line.
He really did, and that's all credited to
34, Chris Kang.
31 is the guy.
Samad
comes in off the side and brings a lot of pressure, forces him to step up in the pocket, and then we're able to get a sack out of it.
You know what will make that kid a little tender to run? Keep sticking him like that.
Yes, you start hitting that quarterback in the mouth, and all of a sudden he's not as quick as he was in the first quarter.
Doesn't want to keep the ball. So you got Glover and Vaughn in the backfield, 2 splits to the far side. Going to hand it off to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to get up the middle. Got some good blocking there on the front. Takes it to the 40-yard line for 3rd down and about 4.
Looked like we brought a blitz over there off that side, and we ran right past the running back and gave him some space.
I think it was a perfect call, but when you do that, you got to fill every gap perfectly, and that running back did a great job of finding one little crease to get some yards out of it.
So 3rd and 4 from their own 40-yard line is Florence. Florence still on top, 7-0. Early in the second quarter. Glover trying to do a quick snap, trying to draw off, get us to jump off sides. Running back in the backfield is Vaughn. 2 splits closest to us. Going to hand it off to Vaughn. Vaughn's trying to get to the outside again. Does he get it? It's close. Yeah, they got him marked. They got him marked as a first down on the far side. So, I don't know. 1st and 10. Looked like he was a little short.
Nate Jennings that time got another extra yard, maybe 2, off the football pre-snap. Looked like he was expecting pass.
Yeah.
He's trying to get that extra rush.
Well, and he's the one that almost jumped on the freeze play right there. So I think
he still giving himself some room.
Yeah.
So Florence with a 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Glover throws it across the middle, not brought down. The pass falls incomplete. Pass intended for number 17. That is Kedrick Triplett for Florence. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Falcons.
We need a big play right here. Let's put them in a 3rd and long situation, or a 3rd and 7 or more situation where they're forced to do something maybe they're not comfortable doing.
First time we've seen Jacob Durham back in the game at linebacker right there.
Yeah. So 2nd and 10 from their own 44. Florence, 2 splits closest to us, 1 to the far side. As Glover's going to roll out here closest to us. He's got a rush on. He's going to try to cut it and go back the other way. Overthrows Vaughn. I mean, he had to cut back. That was not his intended receiver, but when he started cutting back because of the pressure, he overthrew his receiver.
Not at all, and Vaughn wasn't expecting the throw to come his way either.
Yeah, because he had stopped. He wasn't continuing a route or anything. So it brings up 3rd and 10 for Florence from their own 44. 9:06 left to play in the first half.
Let's get after him right here, guys.
So need a huge stop here and put him in the 4th down position. So we got 2 splits to the near side, 1 to the far. And Vaughn behind Glover. Going to fake the handoff to Vaughn. Glover's going to throw it deep to number 6. He's got his men beat. Makes the catch at the 15. Falls forward to the 14. So it's going to be 1st and 10. They're going to mark him at the 13-yard line. So 1st and 10 Florence from the James Clemens 13.
Pre-snap, I never would have thought they would have come this way with Woods and Mayers on this side. But as a quarterback look, we saw Woods coming down to pick up the short receiver, and that gave us an opportunity to go over the top of the defense, and he threw a really good ball right there.
Yeah, that was a pretty pass.
But it looked like Mayers thought he had help over the top, and Brody just let him get behind him right there.
So Florence shows up in their same offensive. They have really only, aside from having 2 splits, this has pretty much been the way their offense looks. 2 splits to the far side. Glover's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage for a short gain, if anything. Yeah, they're going to give him 2 yards on the play. So 2nd and 8 from the James Clemens 12.
And they're going to keep going back to that quarterback run. It's just too easy not to when you got a guy that can run the football. It gives you an extra blocker. You can outnumber the defense to one side or the other. It's too easy not to go back to it over and over.
It's the first time we've gotten to have a chance to call number 93, Jalen Brown, there on the defensive line. You look at that kid. He is a good-looking athlete.
Yes.
Never really played football.
Wow.
Really?
And is already being recruited just by pure athleticism and size.
So the handoff up the middle to number 9. That is Simpson. Simpson falls forward short of the first down. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 yards as the ball is marked at the 8.
3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5. Cole says 5. So I'll go with the PA announcer, right? He trumps me every time.
And there's Jacob Durham, like I said, back there at linebacker, made that tackle. He's back tonight, and he's a guy that was a starter for us early in the year.
So 3rd down and 5. They can get to the 4-yard line, or to the 3-yard line for the first down. Glover puts his men in motion, coming to the near side.
Everybody's to this side.
Yep. So they're going to hand it off to Simpson again. He's going to be met in the backfield short of the first down. Huge play there by James Clemens.
Jacob Durham. There he is again. He's a guy that's undersized.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
He's quick, he's undersized, and he plays with absolute fire. Sometimes a little too much fire. He got a few penalties early in the year, but he is a guy that plays with his hair on fire the whole time and makes up for lack of size with effort and athleticism.
And being undersized helped him right there. He just kind of got small, shot the gap, but beat underneath a blocker, ends up making the tackle.
So Florence calls a timeout, and it's something you said about Durham is he plays bigger than he is. He's only 5'8", and they got him listed at 150 something.
That's impressive.
So it really is that he's able to. They got him listed at 152, so he's playing much bigger than he actually is.
He definitely is.
He has that heart. So Florence calls a timeout.
Not sure what we're doing here.
Yeah.
There's some real confusion between the officials and the Florence coaching staff.
I would say a developing story on the sideline, fellas. I have saw Ty Marsh warming up and have not seen there. He finally came out from under the tent.
Yep.
So not sure what's going on with that. If he's standing with all the starting offense, and Gio is not right now.
Yeah, Gio's over here on the far left. He and Pittman are talking together. Both of them have their helmets in their hand, while the rest of the offense has their helmets on. So
interesting to see what happens.
So huge fourth down. So now Florence does officially take a timeout. So you can always go online to PASnetwork.net, and you can always enter your name like we've already done. Donna Goldbro, she won the timeout with Taziki's, and I want to remind you of that. You just enter your name for that. We also have some other things you can enter your name for. You can enter your name for tailgatetalk.net and for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week and vote on the weekly poll. We'll announce the winner Saturdays between 10 and noon on Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. The winner receives a gift card from Athens Applebee's and Tailgate Talk t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. You know, we love to give away the food. So we got Applebee's, we got Lawler's, we got Taziki's. We'll have the Miller Mushroom player of the game tonight. And just starting to get hungry as we come out of timeout.
I know we were talking earlier about a two-piece meal from Popeyes. You know what's better than that?
What's that?
Applebee's wings, Taziki's beef.
That Applebee's chicken.
Don't get me wrong. I like a Popeyes. If they want to come on as a sponsor and give us some meals, I'll take some Popeyes. I do like a Popeyes, but
Applebee's is open late, though.
Yes, it is.
After the football games.
So at fourth down, Coach Morrison decides to kick the field goal. So it'll be about a 25-yard field goal attempt. It is up, and it is right inside the far upright for 3 points. That takes Florence to 10-0 over James Clemens with 6:28 left to play in the first half. You're listening to James Clemens Jets football on Play Action Sports.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on Play Action Sports with 6:28 left to play in the first half. Florence with a 10-0 lead over James Clemens. Back deep to receive the kickoff is Doty. And we also have number 36 back there is Cameron Berry. Is that right? 36?
Yeah, Cameron Berry. Remember, he played both sides of the ball last week.
Yes, he did. So Doty's going to field it. He's going to let it bounce. He's going to field it.
Run.
Yeah, he went into his end zone. Not a whole lot of room. Trying to wiggle his way through. Gets past the 15 down to about the 17-yard line. Goes Doty. So it'll be 1st and 10, James Clemens.
And we're going to see Ty Marsh.
We are.
So Marsh comes in. Pittman is in. So that's good to see. So Marsh comes in at quarterback. Not sure what's going on with Gio.
Well, I did hear early in the week he's having some tightness in that shoulder he had surgery on. You know, he did such a good job with the rehab and his range of motion, but I'd heard some of that range of motion had left him this week, and he had some tightness. And was having some pain. So
he's going to fake the handoff to Ballard, swing it out to Pittman. Pittman crosses the 20.
He's going to go.
Oh, he lost his balance at the 40. Got to about the 40. Now they're going to say he went out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Man.
Oh, he was gone.
And that's,
he just made his
I think part of that is he looked back to see where the defenders were coming from and got closer to the sideline than he thought. And by the time he reacted, he got off balance trying to stay in bounds.
So Marsh, he's got Pittman and Ballard with him to either side. Now Pittman's going to come to motion. They're going to hand it off to Ballard. Ballard trying to find some room. Not a whole lot of room there, but he does pick up a hard 3 yards for 2nd down and 7.
Well, I know we've said this a number of times. Ty getting in the Gardendale game. Mm-hmm. Ty playing the whole Bob Jones game.
Yep.
There's no problem putting Ty back
Yeah,
there.
he's not a sophomore
flustered.
quarterback anymore.
Yeah.
He's an experienced sophomore quarterback.
So 2nd down and 7. Marsh in at quarterback. Ballard to his right. Pittman to his left. He's got 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near side. That's Eggert and Cooper on the far side. Doty over here closest to us is going to sling it out to Ballard. Ballard crosses the 50-yard line, dives forward for the 1st down, and they're going to keep him down. Yeah, they're in Florence territory at the 49.
Well, that's something we mentioned before as well, is he gets the ball out quickly.
He does.
He is not going to hold the ball. He's going to get it out and on time, and he hits those guys these short passes very accurately.
So Doty is split far over here. Got Cooper as well. Going to hand it off to Ballard. Ballard finds some room. He's got some room. Crosses the 40. Down to about the 36-yard line. Another huge run there by Ballard.
Well, he just lowered his head on number 20 right there and gave it to him at the end of the run.
He's been running hard every time he's had the football.
So sense of urgency by the James Clemens offense. Pittman goes in motion. Going to fake the handoff to Ballard. Going to swing it out to Pittman again. Pittman's going to be brought down at about the 32-yard line. But a nice little pickup there.
It is, and this is a win for us. Continue just to get positive yards. Just keep moving the football in succession.
When you remember that Bob Jones game when we got things rolling, it was these quick passes there, and boy, he hits those slants well too. And so it'd be interesting to see when they attack the middle of the field after seeing all this stuff to the sides.
Yes.
So A.J. Little comes in for, looked like, no, that was Cooper he came in for. Handed off to the running back up the middle.
Yeah,
that is DJ Williams.
That's one thing about Williams. He's tough to bring down when his feet are on the ground because he is smaller. But, boy, he got a little off his feet right there, and they just picked him up and set him down.
So we got penalty flag on the play. So we had
a hold out there.
Nah, it looked
Surely
like it
not.
was looked like an illegal shift.
Oh, was he moving?
Yeah, it's what they're calling. So that's going to negate that. Still going to replay 2nd down. So move us back a little bit. But again, sense of urgency by the offense already, and you can see that Marsh is able to get that ball out quickly. The one thing that Marsh is not able to do, like Lopez is able to do, is throw off his back foot on the run. Lopez is just super strong in that, but Marsh does a really good job of running this offense as well.
If they give him time, we saw he can throw a deep ball. We saw that on that long post against Bob Jones.
So you're going to hand it off to Williams up the middle. Williams is going to cross the 40 down to about the 34-yard line.
Good
so
job
bring
by
up
the
3rd
offensive
down.
line. Offensive line right there. Getting a push, creating a crease, just helping us move the football
And
forward.
we're right back where we were for 3rd down a second ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you've got Doty and Pittman over here closest to us. Eggert and Little on the far side. Marsh drops back to pass. Got some time, throws it across the middle. Did it hit? Falls
Hit the ground.
incomplete.
Falls.
Pass intended for Little right off the ends of his fingertips. Brings up 4th down.
You know, it may have been a little high. The pass wasn't ideal, but, man, it hit him in both hands pretty solid.
It did.
But just skipped right off his hands. Ty put some zip on that ball, and he could not handle that high heat.
I think he got excited when he seen that guy sit down there in the middle of the field.
Oh, he did. I tell you, the offensive line held up really well there on that pocket protection.
Hey, 4th down. Let's see what we do right here.
So you got Doty and looks like Little on the far side. Nope, check that. That is Eggert and Little. He's going to throw it out to Eggert. Eggert's going to bring that down. Is that Eggert?
No, that's Jaden Tolliver-Williams.
I haven't called that name yet.
That's DJ's brother. So we got 2 Williams. You got a
That's
DJ
right. We were
and
missing
a
him last week.
JW.
Yeah, we were missing him last
JT,
week.
excuse me, Jaden Tolliver-Williams.
So huge 1st down pickup by Williams. Marsh to Williams. Going to hand it off right there to, is that Williams again, right up the middle. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down at about the 14-yard line. So it's bringing up 2nd down for James Clemens.
And, boy, if they run that play again, Ty had room to run if he'd have pulled that.
If he had pulled that football, he might walk the last 5 yards in.
So Ballard and Pittman are in the backfield. You've got Little and Doty split out, and Williams to the far side. He's going to give the handoff. Oh, no, it's going to be a quick pass out to Pittman. Pittman's going to get into the end zone, does he?
No, out of
they say he's out at the 1, so it's going to be 1st and goal, James Clemens,
which is
from the 1.
It's almost good that he was down because he did fumble that ball at the end of the play. And if it goes out of the end zone, it's a touchback.
He made a great effort to try and get in there, and then extending the football out at the last step.
Boy, we need to punch this in.
So it looks like Florence is going to call their second timeout of the half at 3:22 left to play in this half. James Clemens trying to get into the end zone for the first time tonight. And when we come back from this quick break, oh, no, check that. We're going to do a North Alabama Gas District Scoreboard serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. You can always call 811 before you dig. Not you can, you should always call 811 before you dig. As we look at the scoreboard, Sheffield 14, Tanner 14, that's in the second quarter. Colbert Heights 14, Clements 12 in the first quarter. West Limestone 21, East Lawrence 7 in the second quarter. And Austin and Albertville in the second quarter. Austin on top, 27-0 over Albertville. Another huge Region 4 matchup.
Sounds like my hometown Bulldogs are in a dogfight over there with Tanner.
It does. Yes, it does.
We've had some battles over there several years ago when Tanner was very, very good.
Make sure you stick around with us at halftime. We're going to have volleyball coach here, James Clemens. Coach Shelby Mays is going to join us at halftime, and we'll just talk to her about the volleyball program here at James Clemens.
Yeah, she's in her first year. She works those kids really hard. She's doing a great job coming in after the program that Coach Wood had built. Shelby's doing a great job so far.
Talking about Tanner, Coach Marsh, Ty's dad was the offensive coordinator at Tanner for some state championships and was a head baseball coach there.
So Marsh under center. It's going to be a quarterback sneak into the end zone. Touchdown! Ty Marsh.
Booyah!
Call his name. Gets in the end zone.
I love the strobe lights, by the way.
It's cool.
That is cool. Got a little blue in there now.
Oh, yeah.
Is that jet blue?
That is jet blue.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
Silky smooth.
Now we're just stealing lines.
Well, we're honoring Stuart Scott, right?
Scott.
Are we stealing?
We went with
Booyah. We might as well get the rest of them.
Yeah, you're right.
Isn't imitation the best form of
flattery?
It
really is. So Bosick lines up for the extra point. Waiting on the snap. It's up. And, oh, man, it was almost blocked. Looked like Hurley. That was Hurley coming in with 3:20 left to play in the opening half. James Clemens gets on the board, but Florence still with a 3-point lead. They're up 10-7. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on Play Action Sports. 3:20 left to play in the opening half right here at Madison City School Stadium. James Clemens homecoming this week. And tonight their homecoming opponents are the Florence Falcons in this Region 4 matchup. Florence with a 3-point lead in this opening half. Marsh comes in and takes the offense 84 yards for a touchdown.
Leads the scoring drive. And again, Coach Johnson has mentioned it multiple times over the different broadcasts, but you get almost two different offensive looks between Gio Lopez and Ty Marsh. And one is a more athletic, we can do different things, we can exploit you and spread the field. The other one is a more constricted, more narrow-focused style of offense.
So Bosick, high end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 14-yard line by Florence. There's a huge block right there. They're not going to call that one. He's still on his feet past the 40, crosses midfield, still going, gets to the other 40, down to about the 39-yard line. Yeah, they missed the block into that.
That was pretty
it's
obvious.
Out there, the first guy down the field.
Yeah, everybody's eyes there.
He hits him blatantly in the back and knocks him on his belly from behind, and we got no call.
And is that?
Well, we do have a flag over here. I don't know if it's that call, but there's one on the sideline.
So we're fixing to find out.
That big return, was that not the guy that we said, don't kick to him?
Yeah,
we don't want that guy with the ball in his hands.
So holding call against Florence on the return. So that was a huge return there, but big penalty there against Florence. Chalk one up for the good guys as Florence is going to start deep in their own territory.
Yeah, negate that big return. Let's go play D right here. Let's make something happen. Let's keep the momentum on our side.
So 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line is Florence. Glover, quarterback. Vaughn in the backfield. 2 splits to the far side. Puts a man in motion coming to the near side. Don't think he meant to be in motion, but he's coming back. Glover gets the snap. Fakes the handoff to Vaughn. Swing pass out to the far side.
Dropped it.
Just bobbled. Coach Johnson, you alluded to this earlier. Good receivers, but having a hard time catching the ball.
Well, I think it was Coach Kimber that mentioned in the pregame that they had trouble actually receiving the ball.
Yeah.
That the quarterback had got the ball there. I had mentioned the Hurley brothers not being on the receiving side anymore.
I got to give credit where credit's due.
That's okay.
Well,
it's a team effort.
It is. It really is. So 2nd and 10 for Florence after the incomplete pass. Vaughn and Glover in the backfield, 2 splits to the far side. Now they're bringing that split to the near side.
Up 2 men in motion.
Yeah, that's Hurley over there.
It is
in that slot position.
And I mean, look, you got to put those guys on the field.
You know, they've done a lot less of that this year because I think they wore him out last year, playing him on both sides, and even
high school kids get wore out.
Well, when you're playing just about every snap on offense and defense, I can imagine, especially at the rate of speed that kid plays it. Now, I didn't move very fast, so, I mean, it didn't wear me out as quick.
What was your best 40 time in high school?
About a 7.3 or something. I
don't know. Don't ask me because you won't believe it.
There's a reason I was a pitcher.
4.5, man.
P.O.
I just didn't have any height.
Ask Coach Mays her 40 time when she comes on.
I will. Glover's going to throw it deep. Down to Hurley. Woo, boy, I tell you, though, Hurley
That's
had
a
his
hard guy
man
to overthrow, but he did it.
So he had Mayers on him. And
it's a pretty good matchup of athletes right there.
Isn't it, though?
That is a good matchup.
I would watch a half of football of Jamal Mayers and Hurley going at it.
No doubt.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 15 for the Falcons. Ball spotted at their own 24-yard line.
This is what we've needed on a couple series here. 3rd and behind the chains. I mean, we've had some 3rd and longs, 3rd and 7s, but we needed a 3rd and behind the chains right here if we want a chance to try and score and go ahead or tie the game up before halftime.
So 3 minutes left to play in the opening half. Florence on top, 10-7. Got a whistle on the play.
Is that a timeout or a last timeout?
Last timeout.
I think they're going to call their last timeout. Yeah. So timeout by Florence. That is their final timeout of the half. The Play Action Sports Report podcast features news, results, and interviews from Limestone County and drops every Wednesday on all major podcasts. And you can, just as a reminder, if you want to bring your radio to each James Clemens home game and tune in to 105.3 FM, you can hear in-stadium play-by-play while you watch. So as you're watching the ball game, guys, people could hear us up here.
And who doesn't want to hear us?
Wow.
Did you touch my marker?
I know.
3 minutes left to play in this opening half. Florence on top 10-7 as we come out of halftime. Florence with their 3rd and final timeout of the first half. Huge 3rd down play for both sides.
Huge 3rd down play.
So you've got Glover in the backfield at quarterback, Vaughn to his left, 2 splits to the far side. You've got 1 to the near side. So let's see what we dial up. Man in motion coming from left to right.
We're good. I like our matchups here in the secondary.
I do too. So fake the handoff, swing pass out.
They're going to screen it out.
He's going to bounce it to the outside. He's got a lane. Boy, he is really fast. Picks up the first down, crosses the 40, and down to about the 41-yard line goes the receiver.
It's a great offensive call because we've not seen it yet. It's just a jailbreak-type screen where you've got offensive linemen getting out there as blockers and coming off of a timeout doing that as well.
Right. So Coach Morrison dialing up a really good play there for the Florence Falcons.
I'm going to be honest. I think I could dial up stuff to 0.
All day long. So fake to hand off to Vaughn. Swing pass. Oh, it's going to be huge hit. Huge hit by Hezron Kitsu. Hezron just stayed in his position, waited for that play to come out, and went and laid the lick on the receiver.
He really did. I mean, he read it early, and he came in and hammered it.
So 3-yard loss brings up 2nd and 13 for Florence. ball at their own 38-yard line. So we give up big yardage, but we make them pay for it later on.
We talked about it earlier. If you keep making them pay, they get tired of paying up.
So you've got the quarterback in there, Glover. He's going to roll to the near side, and then he's going to roll back to the far side. He's going to be met, spin move, still on his feet, down past the 45, down to the 46-yard line goes Glover. It's going to be about third down and about 6 for a first down.
We've talked about Freeman and how well he's played. There you saw a little bit of inexperience. He had a free shot on the quarterback in the backfield and just doesn't know how to play that space. He goes hard at him, full throttle, which is the way Freeman's been playing.
Right.
He goes full throttle with a quarterback like this. He's going to make that move, and he ends up getting positive yards out of it.
So it brings up another third down for Florence, which has kind of been our Achilles heel so far, giving up big plays on third down.
We've been here a lot.
So fake the handoff to Vaughn, swing pass, well covered,
Great
brought
job.
down by Woods.
Great job
brings up fourth down
by Mark Woods right there. That was huge. We kept him strung out, and then he's got nowhere to go.
Well, you had 3-on-1. You had 3 blue jerseys on one defender, and so he picked one, and then Mark Woods was not the one he picked, and he shot in there and made the play.
I like 3-on-1 odds.
So fourth down for Florence. Timeout by James Clemens. That's our second of the first half. And you can now hear us on Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports, and hear our coverage of James Clemens football in crystal clear quality all season long. Coach Johnson, we talked about your golden voice last week, and that's what people can hear all season long.
Golden?
On Alexa.
Somebody called you golden?
It's deeper and smoother now that I've got this cold or whatever I got going on.
Brings that voice down an octave, doesn't it?
That's right.
So
women love that deeper voice, man. If you get a little raspiness to it with that Texas drawl, coach.
That's why I've been happily married for 20-plus years.
So 1:18 left to play in the first half. James Clemens is going to get the ball back as Doty goes back to receive the punt. He's going to be standing at about, I would move him back to about the 20 because that punter has proven he has a leg.
Okay. Well, hey, you know what? Kirk is he's 2-0, right, on these kind of calls?
He is. This is true.
I'm good like that. So the punter lines up, waiting for the snap.
Come out and honor it. Are we going after this?
I don't know. Yeah, we are. It's a high punt, but he shanked that one. He shanked that one.
Get away from it.
Yep. It's going to keep rolling. It's going to take a Florence roll. Going to be stopped at about the 27-yard line. So James Clemens with a little over a minute left to play in the first half. 1st and 10 from their own 20. They're saying it's at the 26, 27.
A minute 8 left.
A minute 8, and I think we've got 2 timeouts left.
Now we're down to 1.
We're down to 1.
Down to 1. So we called the timeout early in the first quarter, and then we just called that other one.
I would have marked that second one, but Coach Johnson touched my marker.
Well,
I didn't touch your marker.
Lopez is back in the game. 2 splits to the far side, 2 in the backfield with him. He's going to throw it deep.
He does.
He's got Cooper. Is that Cooper? That is Cooper. Tries to do a spin move, picks up 12 yards on the play.
All right, for those of you that can't see the game, that is a deep out route, and it's something not a lot of high schools run because you don't have guys with a strong enough arm to throw that out route from the middle of the field or the opposite hash, but Lopez can.
And over a defender.
A defender.
Yeah, he did. So 2 splits to the far side now. Man comes in motion. That is Doty. Going to fake the handoff to Ballard. Lopez is going to throw it to Pittman right over the top. Oh, man. Pittman trying to go over the defensive back and make the catch, just not able to bring that one in.
A little underthrown, just slightly. It wasn't much underthrown, but enough to where the defender could get a hand on it and knock it away.
I tell you, Pittman has been beating the defenders all night long. So we've got 2 splits at the far side. Doty closest to us. Ballard and Pittman in the backfield with Lopez. Lopez, shotgun, drops back. 5-step drop. Swing pass out to Pittman. Crosses the 40. Out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's a good job of just getting what you could right there. Don't get greedy. We still got a little bit of time to play with and at least make this a 3rd and manageable.
I'd throw it to 1 every time.
Jay, I did say 4th down. It is 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Lopez, Ballard, and Pittman in the backfield. Got Cooper and Doty closest to us. Looks like that's Eggert on the far side. Lopez takes the snap, drops back. Going to have to roll. He's going to have to run. He's going to throw it to just too far for Pittman. Pittman was turning around, and Lopez was throwing towards the sidelines out of Pittman's reach.
He's just caught in that funny spot where Kamari didn't know whether to come back to the quarterback and help him out or continue in that route. He's kind of hung in the middle, and Lopez has got to get rid of the football.
So that brings up 4th down with 46 seconds left to play in the opening half. Florence with a 3-point lead, 10-7 over James Clemens. As Bosick drops back to punt. Seen a lot of Bosick punting. He's doing all the kicking duties for James Clemens and has really gotten better each and every week.
No doubt. For a guy that's new to the kicking game on an oblong object, he's done well.
Quick kick. Nice lengthy kick. It's going to bounce at the 29, fielded at the 25, fair caught. So they're going to say he's fair caught it at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 Florence with 40 seconds left.
I'm glad he didn't try to return it.
Homecoming halftime, extended halftime today, right?
I think so.
Halftime extravaganza.
Halftime
we'll have
extravaganza.
Coach Shelby Grace Mays.
Shelby Grace
Maybe we can
Mays.
find out how Arab got its name.
You know what? I'm going to ask her. I'm going to ask her.
I heard that story today. She's a historian of Arab.
We're going to find out. We are going to find out how did Arab get its name. And then, like you said, once you're committed to that name, you got to go with Arabian Nights, right?
That's right. You got to.
Yeah. You have no choice. So 1st and 10, Florence from their own 26-yard line. 40 seconds left to play in this opening half. Florence with a 3-point lead, 10-7 over James Clemens.
Maybe she can help us with this Arab thing.
So Glover
Pam.
puts his man in motion from the near side to the far side. Glover, swing pass out to the man in motion, number 9. He's going to be at the 30, still on his feet. Gets a first down, out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Florence stops the clock with 33 seconds left in the first half. Just kind of that swing pass, put that man in motion. He went into the flat and just waited.
They want to get those guys the ball in their hands in space. And so far they've been able to do that a little bit.
Well, and you don't want to do anything crazy right here with 33 seconds left. Now, if you pick up some yardage off those plays and you get towards midfield, you can take a shot.
So you can listen during the postgame show tonight for the Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game. Our featured Jet's going to get a $25 gift card from Mellow Mushroom. So make sure you stick around after the game to find out who our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game will be. Glover's going to keep it himself. Crosses the 40, down to the 45. Tries to do another juke move. Gets out of bounds. Crosses into James Clemens' territory. No, they're going to say he went out of bounds at the 49-yard line on their side of the 50. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 from, I don't know, man. That ball is on the 50.
Yeah.
But it's on the Florence side.
Yeah, give him the 50.
Yep. So the ball is on the Florence side of the 50-yard line, but he does get the first down with 28 seconds. He was able to get out of bounds.
With the time left, is Florence going to get gimmicky, or are they just going to try and eat this clock up?
So Glover drops back to pass, looking to throw it deep. Now he's got a hold. There's got to be a hold penalty. Nobody wrapping up in the backfield. They're going to swing pass it out to the running back out of the backfield on a wheel route. He goes out of bounds at the 26, but that ball should come back.
And we're getting another penalty down here for the hit, the block, I guess I should say.
Number 66.
No. I think one of the receivers that was coming from the middle of the field.
So we got 2 penalty flags on the play. So with 17 seconds left to play in the opening half, we'll see what they call.
Multiple flags on the play. Illegal block in the back, downfield during the run. Holding behind the line of scrimmage. That penalty will be enforced in response to foul.
You know, for a high school umpire, he does a great job.
He does.
On that mic.
Or referee.
He's yes.
You said umpire.
White hat.
I know where your terminology is coming from.
I'm sorry.
You're a softball coach.
Yeah. At least we're not running the softball up here.
We did try to catch the baseball, ran the baseball, whatever.
From the 55-yard line, wasn't it?
Something like that.
So after that, block in the back and a holding. So they assess the holding, puts Florence back really deep in their own territory at their own 33, first and about a long way. So Glover looking to throw it deep, 8 seconds and counting.
For 0.
He's got his tight spiral on that ball. It's going to be picked off. Looks like it's Woods.
Guess who?
Pass intended for Jaleel Hurley, but Woods able to get up there, get that ball with 1.9 seconds left in the first half.
He took Steven Ezel out on the celebration right there.
And that's a case where the guy really is too fast and covers too much ground for his quarterback to throw it. Glover had time, stood tall, and I think he threw that ball about as far as he possibly could, and it's underthrown.
When if he throws it early, he probably lets him run under it instead of waiting for him to get downfield.
So with that, 1.9 seconds left to play in the opening half. You got Lopez coming in, probably just going to I wouldn't say you do much with 1 second left.
Probably takes a knee.
I would guess he's going to kneel on this ball.
Well, we got 2 splits to this side and 2 splits to the far side. Ballard to his right. Lopez going to hand it to Ballard up the middle. It's a safe call. He's going to go nowhere, and that's going to do it for our first half action here at Madison City School Stadium. It's homecoming for James Clemens Jets. Right now, your score at halftime, Florence Falcons 10, James Clemens 7. When we come back, we're going to talk to volleyball coach Shelby Mays, head volleyball coach at James Clemens. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
Time for our Play Action Sports Sideline Shout-Out. A tip of the hat from the head coaches to their assistants on the sidelines.
Blake Killens, he's also our special teams coordinator. He's our passing game coordinator on the defensive side of the ball, and he coaches the corners. Coach Killens been around. He's been the head coach at Randolph, had some success there along his way. This is his second year he came in. He was actually my first hire here, and does a really, really good job with special teams, very organized, very good schematically, does a good job passing game, just determining, what we're seeing that week and what our checks will look like and how we want to play it, and does a great job, and sideline management on Friday night, get special teams organized, doing those things. So really glad to have him on board. On the defense side of the ball, we've got Coach Kyle Evans, coaches our safeties, picked him up this offseason from North Side. Very organized, young guy, really well put together, does an outstanding job with our safeties, and, man, they played really well so far, and real proud to have Kyle with us and the job that he does with his organizational skills, and, outstanding guy in the classroom, too, does a really good job.
That's tonight's Sideline Shout-Out. We'll be back with a halftime show after this from Play Action Sports. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley. Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, 105 South Marion Street in Athens. Call 232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on Play Action Sports. Kirk Pierce, Coach Johnny Johnson, Coach Brad Kimbrough bringing us tonight's color commentating. We got our producer, Mr. Tim Lambert. We're at halftime at Madison City School Stadium, and Florence right here at homecoming with a 3-point lead over James Clemens here at halftime. But enough of that. Let's get to our interview with our guest. We have with us volleyball coach at James Clemens, Coach Shelby Mays. Coach, great to have you up here tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is your first year at James Clemens, and some people might not be quite aware of maybe where you've come from, your history. How did you get involved? So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Give us a little bit of your credentials.
Okay, so I am originally from Arab, just south of here, and then played volleyball in high school. James Clemens actually became a thing when I was in high school, and so I played club ball with some James Clemens girls, so kind of knew that connection from the beginning, and then went off to Mississippi for college, played volleyball there, went to school at Mississippi College for 4 years, and stayed there actually for 3 more years, started coaching at Jackson Prep over in Jackson, and loved every minute of it. Just time for me to come closer to home, and so when I started thinking about that decision, I called some people, and I'm actually the last volleyball coach at James Clemens, Amanda Wood. She coached me when I was in high school and had that connection, and we just kind of talked, and she let me know that she was going to be leaving, and so kind of thought I could get my foot in the door a little bit, and interviewed at a couple places and found James Clemens to be home. So here we are.
Here you are, 7A volleyball coach.
Crazy.
That's big time.
It's
right there.
crazy. I still can't believe it.
So you're from Arab. So heard a funny story.
Oh gosh.
Coach Johnny Johnson told me I needed to ask you this.
Of course.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about maybe history of Arab? How did it get its name?
Okay, so story is word on the street that a long time ago, a guy named Arad Thompson, A-R-A-D, founded Arab, and they went to either paint it on the water tower or put it on the post office, and they accidentally put a B instead of a D, and they just thought, well, we might as well keep it. Went through all this trouble, got to keep it now, so now we're here, Arab, Alabama.
Arab, Alabama. So that's awesome. I'd never heard that until he had kind of told us, and then you just...
We'll take it with a grain of salt, but...
I mean, we'll probably start getting some tweets. That's
right.
not true,
Yes,
but it doesn't matter. Makes for good radio.
Coach Mays is canceled.
It makes for great radio. So a little bit more, I know we talked about your history just now, but what is your philosophy? I mean, my daughter played volleyball in high school, and so for me, it was really... the strategy in volleyball is a lot different, and I tried to wrap my head around that. But give us an idea of your strategy, how your focus is when you come into the game.
So I'm kind of a work hard, play hard kind of coach. I want to get in there. I want a fighter as my players, and I would rather have a team full of people who work hard and fight and love their teammates, more than I would love a bunch of 6'5" girls who just come in there and go through the motions, So we work a lot on loving your teammates, but also loving volleyball, but also loving to win. I feel like that's kind of lost these days, loving to win. Being competitive, a high school girl being competitive is few and far in between. And so we're working on that, and it's fun working with them and watching them grow and fall in love more with the sport of volleyball and enjoy winning and enjoying, competing and fighting. Sure. And so we like to get in there and work hard and hopefully, see that pay off in the end.
I'm sure it will. Now, you've got some hard workers. You've already, but let's name some of them.
Okay, yeah.
Who's standing out for you right now? I know it's still in the middle of the season for you guys, and a little bit of a slow start, but y'all are starting to make some traction here in region play. So, who are some of these players for you that are standing out that you want to just kind of throw out there?
So, yeah, we have 6 seniors, and they all play a major role in the team. No matter what that is, some are court players more than others, but they all have an important role. And so, but we also have a lot of young girls coming up and taking spots and filling those shoes of girls that have left, that I don't really know, but they had big shoes to fill, I heard, and they, in my opinion, are filling them well. We have some sophomores that are really stepping up. Our starting libero is a sophomore. She's actually on homecoming court, so we love a well-rounded athlete. That's Aubrey Bosick, and then we have Bree Smith. She's a senior setter. She plays all the way around. Kaden Gray's a junior, plays all the way around for us. We have a lot of utility players that can come in, and I can put them wherever I need them. Jazz Brantley, Malia Robinson. We have just a well-rounded group of girls that I can. Not a lot of them play one position, which is awesome for volleyball.
So you mentioned a libero. Now, before we came on just a second ago, that was what my daughter played, and she graduated in like 2015. I still don't know what a libero. Explain that to me.
Okay, so a lot of people don't. For those who don't really know, it's the one who wears the different colored jersey.
Right.
That's everybody's first question is why? Why are they special? Are they the captain? Like, why do they get to wear that and everybody else has to wear a boring color?
Or did they lose their jersey?
Right, did they lose it? Did they
take
bring
it
it today? Sometimes I wish I could do that. But they are typically your best passers, so they can stay on the court for 6 rotations the whole time on back row. You usually have to rotate onto the front row where the big tall girls are, people who don't know volleyball, and then the short girls are on the back row, and so she gets to stay all 6 rotations on the back row. That's a simple way to put it.
Well, I like that. That's a great answer. I just got educated. My daughter tried to explain it to me, and I guess I just didn't listen.
It's all right.
It's all right. Well, Coach Shelby Mays, it's it's an honor to meet you, and I appreciate you coming up here tonight and spending some time with us. And I know you want to get down there and see the homecoming court because, like you said, you got someone in the homecoming court.
I do. We have 2. We have a senior too, Maddie Bolden, who's also she's a captain for us this year, and so we're excited to see them 2 out there and support them.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming up here. Go enjoy halftime. That's Coach Shelby Mays. She's the volleyball coach.
Much.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming up here. Coach Shelby Mays, the volleyball coach here at James Clemens. And we're still at halftime. It's homecoming. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
This is Joanna from CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your home or for Bible class. Sometimes that process can be challenging and difficult. I'd love to help you find solutions that would fit your needs and give you more time for your studies. One of our most popular book lines is the Bible Textbook Series. These workbooks are designed to take teen and adult students book by book through the Bible. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class or family. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All 3 locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Alabama.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on Play Action Sports. We are at halftime, Madison City School Stadium. Florence on top, 10-7. Right now, you got the James Clemens Marching Band out there on the field during the homecoming festivities, and we'll see the crowning of the king and queen for this year. But right now, we've got with us Coach Kimbrough. We just had Coach Mays up here talking volleyball, but I thought, you know what? Let's stick around. We got two great coaches up here, but you came up here first. I want to ask you, softball-wise, where are we at this year?
Well, we're going into year 2, okay, since taking this job, and anytime you come into a program, doesn't matter if it's good, if it's bad, if it's indifferent, there's always a process, right, to making that change. And what we did last year was spend tons of time developing the kind of culture that we wanted to do, developing our style of play, and just trying to get better. I think we surprised a lot of people last year in the success that we did have. I want to credit our girls for the work that they put in through a really tough season and a lot of injuries and a lot of change. I think we doubled the win total from the year before, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's huge improvement coming in year 1 to a place.
Right.
So this year the goal is to not just double that improvement, it's to grow exponentially.
Right.
So right now, we've started our off-season weight program. We're in the weight room several days a week, and we're doing service projects for our kids. We're still hammering home that culture that we want to create and do. But we're going to be better in a lot of areas. We're going to be more experienced in a lot of the things that we want to do. 2, we'll probably be able to execute in certain ways that we really weren't last year, because you just can't possibly cover everything that you need to cover. Like everybody else, numbers is an issue. Just trying to grow a program, but we've had a lot of interest. We've got quite a few. Wow, I'd say off the top of my head 6 or 7 new girls that weren't with us last year. Yeah, so there's a lot of interest and a little bit of a buzz growing, and we're just working, trying to get better all the time.
Well, the exciting thing for me is that I was able to come up here and watch you guys last year.
Yeah.
Did some games, you and Coach Johnson, the baseball team, and softball, and I know that's on the agenda for the spring this year. So we'll have Play Action Sports out there covering a little bit of softball action, covering a little bit of baseball action. I love it, and that's exciting for me, because I love to come watch these sports, these high school. It's so pure.
Well, it is, and we love having you guys out there. And at JC, we've got a great place, a great set of facilities for people to come watch baseball and softball. I mean, our baseball field is second to none among high schools, and our softball facilities are in great shape. We're still continuing to build and add to them, but we've got a great place to come watch a ball game, and it's such a fun atmosphere when you've got both teams playing. When you don't, you see a lot of the softball kids go and support baseball.
Right.
And I look up sometimes, and those baseball guys have gravitated over to our field, and they're cheering our girls on. That's part of that culture that we want to build as a school as a whole.
Yeah.
Not just at the Jetsplex, but everywhere.
Right.
And we do love having you guys out. You got to see some of the growth we made throughout the year.
Absolutely.
Because your first trip out was just miserable. It was a miserable evening. And I remember thinking at one point, like, what in the world are those guys up there saying? Because there's not a lot they can comment on. But some of the other games you came to, you saw how much better we got through the year.
Right.
And as far as baseball, I had a blast watching some of those baseball, and did 2 of those games with you.
It was great.
Of course, baseball made a great run in the playoffs, and hopefully we'll get to participate in the postseason this year with softball as well.
Well, we'll have Coach Johnson stick around at halftime at a future game, so he can talk a little bit about that baseball program. But softball came first for me.
Well, I appreciate that. I do want to make sure and mention that we had 7 of our players last year earn NFCA All-America Scholar Athlete honors. That's huge.
That's huge.
And, I mean, you're talking about kids who, some of them play dual sports. Some of them have jobs. And then, of course, they all play softball, which is a huge time investment. And then to be able to have such a high GPA and be able to do so well in the classroom on top of all that, it just says a lot about who they are and what their priorities are. They're great young people, and we talk about this all the time. At the end of the day, we don't care how many games we win. If we're not helping produce better citizens, better mothers, better community leaders, better, we're not doing our job. And I think we just got great kids. I'm proud of them. I'm happy with the way that they're working, and they'll be successful in the long run.
And when you think about, you and I are wearing the same hat We have you've already mentioned culture, and we've got it. We're tagged at County Line Culture, and that's not just about wins.
No,
it's about the quality of the student.
No,
all across.
Yes, it's a mindset. It's a philosophy, and I guess it originated with Coach Johnson. I'm not sure, but I came in and I asked, What is County Line culture? And he gave me his explanation. I thought, man, there's no more fitting philosophy than what we're trying to do, because it doesn't matter what people around you are doing. It doesn't matter what your opponents are doing. It doesn't matter. If you focus on you and you be the best you, that is going to make you successful.
That's right.
Whether it's in the classroom, on the playing fields, in your relationships, it doesn't matter. You be the best you and keep striving to be a better you.
Well, that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what I try to explain when people ask me about this hat. And it's a tagline, but it is a trademark of what James Clemens is about.
Yes, it is.
Well, we are still at halftime. We got the homecoming court going out there. We're looking at the king and queen as they're crossing the field to come out here. We're still waiting to I think it's an extended halftime a little bit. So we'll come back and take a break and come back and talk a little bit about second half action, or just want to go down? All right, Tim, our producer, says, hey, send it to the field. So we're going to announce the homecoming king and queen here at James Clemens.
Elizabeth is the daughter of David and Denise Swain. Jerry is the son of Haibiao Zing and Xiaoying Liu. Ladies and gentlemen, your James Clemens High School 2022 homecoming court. Handing down their titles as king and queen are the 2021 crowned royalty, Miss Jordan Holden and Mr. Quincy Bowie. Crowning our homecoming king and queen is James Clemens High School principal, Dr. Brian Clayton. Dr. Clayton is assisted tonight by Madison City Schools Superintendent, Dr. Ed Nichols. We also have our crown bearer and flower girl helping us tonight. Berkeley McGuire and Henry Weir are out on the field ready to help crown. Berkeley is the daughter of Brooke and Megan McGuire, and Henry is the son of Matthew and Katie Weir. And now, without further delay, we would like to present the James Clemens High School homecoming king and queen. Our 2022 James Clemens High School king is Mr. Connor Douglas. And our 2022 James Clemens High School queen is Miss Carrington Wilder-Woolsey.
Welcome back to James Clemens High School Football and Play Action Sports. You just heard the announcement, our homecoming king and queen right here at James Clemens. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get ready for second half action right here on Play Action Sports.
For spotless cleaning at your service, call Extreme Pressure Washing, residential and commercial exterior cleaning specialists taking pride in their work to provide convenient and conventional services. Exterior walls, roofs and gutters, fences, driveways and sideways, decks, patios and porches, they clean it all. Extreme Pressure Washing offers free estimates and guarantees satisfaction on every job from start to finish. Extreme Pressure Washing. Call 321-9119. Look for them on Facebook or online at extremepressurewashing21.net. Spell it XTREME. Extreme Pressure Washing.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on Play Action Sports. Kirk Pierce, Coach Johnny Johnson, Coach Brad Kimbrough, our producer, Mr. Tim Lambert, getting ready for second half action. Coaches, we saw some sparks on offense. We were able to drive down 84 yards. Ty Marsh came in relief for Gio Lopez. Gio Lopez went back in, was able to spark the offense just a little bit, get us down, punch in for a 2-yard touchdown run, but Florence still up by 3.
Well, I think it'll be interesting to see I think there's a plan in place for Ty Marsh to start the second half because Gio was involved in homecoming and is not going to have time to get loose. So you look to see Ty take the quarterback range right here. No matter what's going on with Gio, that was the plan, I'm pretty sure. So we'll see Ty Marsh behind center this first series as we get the ball to start the second half and hopefully look for some quick plays like he got off and got us going there in the second quarter.
Back deep to receive because James Clemens won the opening coin toss, elected to defer to the second half, so James Clemens will get the ball back to start the second half. Doty and Berry, that's exactly what they're going to do, and Jaleel Hurley jumps on the ball, and that is waiting on the call because he went out of bounds. Penalty flag.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that this penalty may be on one of our guys.
I think so, too. Maybe arguing
right
there.
The way they talked, I think they're going to say he never had control before the ball went out of bounds.
Exactly right. That he slid out of bounds and yet had to have control.
We had nobody in the area right there. That was a great job. And we had one guy trying to run and catch it over his head like a Willie Mays-style catch. And nobody from the backside came up to pick that. Yep, that's what it was.
Good call by the referee. That, like you guys said, he never had possession, so that would have been a huge play for Florence, putting them at James Clemens' 23-yard line. But instead, goes to the good guys.
I mean, really got to admire them for coming out. Had some guts to do that right there, and really about pulled it off.
100%.
So it does look like Marsh is going to start the second half. You got Ballard and Pittman in the backfield with him. 2 splits to the far side. That's Cooper and Little. Oh, check that. That's Eggert. And then you've got over here closest to us, looks like Doty. All right, waiting on the whistle.
Still a long discussion over there on the other sideline trying to referee trying to explain to their head coach what just happened.
And as a head coach, I would be making the same argument.
Oh, absolutely.
I would want absolute clarity and 100%. Confirmation because that's a huge game changer for them if they recover that ball.
So Marsh, shotgun formation. There's the official whistle. Going to put Pittman in motion. He's going to fake the handoff to Ballard. Oh, it's going to throw it off the middle to Cooper intended, but he got held up at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he's just running a short slant right there, and we've seen Ty complete that ball many, many, many times. But the outside linebacker just bumps Cooper right off of his route, messes up the entire timing of the play.
Looked like we didn't have a real good grip on the ball either. That thing came out with some wobble to it, and when we saw him throw those slants 2 weeks ago, there was no wobble.
They were darts.
So again, 2 in the backfield with Marsh. He's going to hand it off to Pittman. Pittman's going to go around the end. He's going to be brought down at about the 25-yard line for a loss of a yard on the play. That. They're going to put him at 26.
Maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, so brings up 3rd down and about 7.
It was a hard-fought game, too.
You know, that's something we've not seen a ton of with Pittman. They've run him back there a few times in early games, put him in the backfield, but usually throw to him. but that time we handed off.
He is such a speedy athlete. Marsh got Ballard to his left. Ballard is going to drop out. Going to throw it over to Doty. Doty had to go up and get it, but he's going to have a loss on that one. He's going to bring up 4th and 10 for James Clemens.
Boy, that was dangerous. Trying to set up a little screen there to Doty, and a lot of traffic right there, and Ty just lobs it up. And luckily, Doty jumped over the top of a defensive and offensive lineman who were engaged and caught that ball. Because that could have got ugly in a hurry.
Looked like the ball was going to hit the offensive lineman in the back of the head.
It did, exactly.
And Doughty went and got it.
So
Doty.
Luke Bosick standing at his 10-yard line, going to be out there for punting duty. Gets that off. Oh, man, He had a guy in his face. Punts it all the way down to the 35-yard line. Flips that field. Has his guy wrapped up, and he does. Brings him down. Number 8, that is
Luca Fafori.
Luca Fafori with the big stop there. It was actually a loss on that return.
I hear you, Luca.
That's a name we haven't called. First of the year, he made a big catch down here in the Gardendale game to give us a chance late. Played a lot of linebacker and safety over the years, and hadn't seen a whole lot of him, but that was a big play.
Able to get down there and put Florence in their own territory, so it's going to be 1st and 10, their first possession of the second half, with their 3-point lead, ball at their own 34-yard line. You got Glover in the backfield. He's got a running back next to him. He's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself, run up the middle, makes a cut, crosses the 40, down to about the 45, 46-yard line, goes Glover.
That's that quarterback GT look that we've seen so many times from opponents.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that's the backside middle linebacker that should fill that gap right there?
Well, yes.
He's getting pushed with the flow of the play, and he's cutting back right in that lane every time, it seems like.
So 1st and 10 after that run there by Glover. Florence at their own 46-yard line. 2 splits to the far side. Running back with him. Puts his slot man in motion. Hands off to the running back, number 9. That's Simpson, I believe. He gets about a 2-yard gain on there. 2nd and 8 for Florence.
Gosh, Freeman still plays that run so well. I mean, he came from the backside that time, just stuck it right in the gap.
So 2nd and 8 for Florence from their own 48-yard line. Just getting underway, really, in the second half. James Clemens 4 and out, punted the ball to Florence, and now here we are. Florence with a 10-7 lead early in the second half. Hands it off to Simpson. Simpson trying to go around to the outside. He's got a block. Mayers tries to spring it out a little bit further, and looks like he's still on the ground. Now he's getting up slowly.
It's a hard run. He's not getting overzealous. He let his blockers set up, lead the way. He was very patient. It's a way to pick up big yards.
So with that run, it brings up 3rd and 1 as they crossed into James Clemens territory. Ball at the James Clemens 45. So 3rd and 1. Here we go.
Big play early in the fourth. In the second half right here.
We get this. We end up getting them on 3rd down. Let's see if we can hold them here. Get them to make a mistake. Glover takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Go to the other side. Picks up a blocker. Still on his feet. Down to the 30. He's off to the races. Woods the only one. Woods pushes him out of bounds. Right before he gets to the goal line, they say he went out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Florence.
Quarterback run.
Yep.
We've talked about it all season. We have struggled to find a way to get that quarterback that's athletic on the ground.
So what they're doing is right. I mean, they're running to the weak side.
But they're pulling guard and tackle and getting him a set up. You talked earlier, Coach, about backside linebacker filling that. Play side linebacker should beat it to the play. If he gets kicked out, backside linebacker should be scraping.
So Doty comes in at defensive back for Jamal Mayers. Mayers comes out. 1st and goal for Florence. Going to be a penalty flag. Going to have some movement there.
I think we had 2 guys moving.
Jamal looks like he's heading to the trainer's tent. He got up really slow after that hit a while ago. And so he's going in the trainer's tent and see what's wrong with him.
Hopefully nothing serious.
Yeah.
So false start puts Florence 1st and goal. Going to replay that at their own 6-yard, or at the James Clemens 6-yard line. Yeah, I haven't seen him come out yet. He just now went in, but he looked like he was holding up a little higher, close to his ribs.
Yeah, and then as he was walking off the field, he was actually kept touching his mouth. So it could be anything.
So Glover takes the snap, hands it off to Simpson. Simpson goes up the middle, gets into the end zone, touchdown Florence.
Just too easy.
We hardly touched him.
Yeah, big head of steam.
So Florence takes their opening drive of the second half. A little over 70 yards, punches it in.
Yeah, and that's what we can't have. I mean, we just can't let them push the ball down the field that easily. We've been talking about making adjustments at halftime and being a better team in the second half. We need to show it right here. Can't let it too big of a deficit.
So there's the kick. It's up, and it is good with 8:26 left to play in the third quarter. Florence tacks on another one. 17-7 is your score. You're listening to James Clemens Jets on Play Action Sports.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. Welcome back to second half action here at Madison City School Stadium. 8:26 left to play in the third quarter. Florence 17, James Clemens 7. Back deep to receive is Doty. It's a high end-over-end kick. Doty's going to field it at the 5-yard line.
He can be dangerous.
He can be if he can bust it to the outside. It's going to be tackled at about the 15-yard line, though. Only a 10-yard return there. First and 10, James Clemens from their own 15.
It was a great kick by them. They kicked it where he could catch it, but he was about the 5-yard line in a corner, like right against the sideline. Great job on their part of placement of the kick and then coverage. And you're going to get Gio back right here. Yeah. And we were just talking off the air. We're going to need a big play from number 2 at some point. And something that we haven't seen this year that he did more of last year was when he gets out on the edge, he is pulling up and looking to throw into small spaces when there's 15, 20 yards of green space ahead of him. And at some point, he's going to have to tuck that away and just take off.
So they've taken the ball from the 15 and moved it to the 19. So they say he went out of bounds. He stopped his forward momentum at the 19. Lopez looking to pass. He's running. Got to go to the other side. Looking to throw. Throws it over the intended receiver. Couldn't see who that was intended for.
Little, maybe.
It's
Ballard.
That's Ballard's. Pass intended for Ballard. Falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Really no one to go to there. I mean, he spins out, scrambles away from his throwing arm, and then tries to hit Ballard in a really small window on the sideline and just throws it over everybody.
The pressure came from the side. He's got a better throwing lane, so he had to roll away from that.
So 2 splits to the near side, 1 to the far side. He's got Pittman and Ballard in the backfield with him. Slings it out to Pittman. Pittman's at the 20-yard line. It's going to be hit and shoved out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd down. Picks up some yardage there to make it a little bit more manageable 3rd down.
And how about Kamari right there? The guy had a beat on him after he caught the ball, and Kamari says, bring it.
Instead of making a move, he just put his head down and said, come on.
Yes.
So 1 split to the near side. That is Little. 2 to the far side. Eggert and Cooper over there. Pittman and Ballard in the backfield.
Got him.
Ballard. Lopez throws it out to Cooper. Cooper's at the 50-yard line. Goes out of bounds at the Florence 46-yard line. So huge gain there off a 3rd down.
Yeah, Cooper did a nice job just sitting down in the zone right there and finding that soft spot. And Gio had no hesitation of just lobbing it over there in that big open area.
No, he saw space. He threw to it.
Lopez takes the snap. Looking to throw. Normally, like you said, he would tuck it and run, but now he's going to throw it. Pittman, he's got his man beat. Pittman with the catch. Brought down at about the 30-yard line. Ball comes out. It's still live.
I've heard no whistle.
I haven't either, so Florence picks it up.
Oh, God.
And goes out of bounds at the 40 as that return man just, man.
Our coaches are leaving look confused.
Yeah.
I'm very confused because we did a great job on the scramble drill. He gets, was that Pittman?
Yeah, that was Pittman.
He gets Pittman, takes off down the sideline on the scramble drill. He lobs it up perfectly.
Yes.
Looked like he got hit and fell to the ground.
That's what I thought. He thought he was down.
And the ball came out when he hit the ground. They never blew a whistle. And then on the run back up the sideline, one of our linemen tried to make that tackle, and the returner just drove him.
He got bulldozed.
And their sideline went nuts. And there's also a flag over there, so that may be part of the celebration.
I saw Kamari on the ground as Florence guys were scrambling for the ball. Kamari Pittman had no sense of urgency about getting off the ground or getting to the football. He was He's pretty sure that he was down before the ball was loose.
Yeah.
But they're going to say that he fumbled the ball, so it's going to be 1st and 10 Florence from their own 39-yard line. The penalty flag turned out to be a sideline warning against Florence for a celebration there.
That's a heartbreaker when you had a drive going.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame. Kirk, you did, talking about we shoot ourselves in the foot with plays like that or penalties.
So Glover's going to keep it himself, picks up 3 yards on the play. And, again, the quarterback tends to be the leading rusher. Coach Kimbrough, you talked about this. We can't let that person be that guy.
You got to control the quarterback running game. I mean, we've done a fairly good job of limiting their run offense unless that runner is the quarterback.
Yeah. So Glover has proven that he's got wheels, and he's got Simpson in the backfield with him, 2 splits to the near side. Nobody on the other side. Puts the up man in motion. And they're going to hand it off to Simpson up the middle. Simpson trying to bounce it. Picks up a huge block. He's cross midfield down to the 40, 30, 20. Cuts it across the middle. Pushed out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. They're going to say 7. Yep, he is. James Clemens territory. It's going to be 1st and goal, Florence.
That's a big gain. And we're going to see it week in and week out. If anybody's got that counter package in their offense, we're going to see it because we've had so much trouble with it. It's been effective, whether it's the quarterback running it or whether it's your tailback running the football in that counter play.
So 1st and goal for Florence from the James Clemens 7 after the turnover by James Clemens. And 6:37 left to play in the third quarter, and Florence looking to strike again. Simpson, the up back, gets it. Hands it off. He's met at the 5 and hit hard.
Looked like Durham and Hezron got him low, and Durham finished him high.
Yeah, and Durham did put a big lick on him right there. So 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line is Florence.
Who's this coming in the game?
That's not Hurley. So that is number 8 coming in relief for number 9, Simpson.
He's been playing linebacker.
Yeah, Garner. He's laid some big hits.
Yes, he has.
Maybe their version of heavy right here.
So Glover is going to hand it off to him up the middle. It's going to be the same play that they scored on earlier. He's going to be stopped short. And
man, we got kids throwing stuff on the field. That's not good.
No. So it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 1 for Florence. So here they come. Simpson's coming back into the game.
I don't know who made that hit for us, but did a great job. Did a great job of coming in and putting a lick right on the ball.
Yeah.
Lucky he held on to it.
So they're going with a big set. Looks like they're going to go a little bit wildcat. No, Glover is going to stay in under center. Everybody's in tight. So he's got Vaughn and Simpson in the backfield, along with the number 44, Kelsey.
Yeah, and they're up there tight. They're nearly going to take this snap on the goal line, so I would imagine they're just going to go forward.
So 3rd and goal, Glover under center, leans forward, gets a push from his O-line,
that he needed,
and he gets in the end zone. With 5:36 left to play in the third quarter, Florence gets another touchdown on their second possession of the second half after the turnover by James Clemens. So
not what you want right here. You're already playing from a deficit. We already know we got to have some big plays to get back in this game, but you can't be letting that deficit get any bigger. And again, the fumble that was or was not a fumble down here is the heartbreaker that ended our drive.
So the kick is up, and it is good. With 5:36 left to play in the third quarter, Florence 24, James Clemens 7. You're listening to Jets football on Play Action Sports.
This is Joanna from CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your home or for Bible class. Sometimes that process can be challenging and difficult. I'd love to help you find solutions that would fit your needs and give you more time for your studies. One of our most popular book lines is the Bible Textbook Series. These workbooks are designed to take teen and adult students book by book through the Bible. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class or family. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
It's James Clemens football on Play Action Sports. 5:36 left to play in the third quarter here at Madison City School Stadium. Homecoming week for James Clemens. However, they are down right now 24-7 in the third quarter. Back deep to receive the kickoff. Jamal Mayers and Doty. Ty Doty back there. They're both standing about the 10-yard line. And you're going to see probably, I don't know if he's going to try to kick it to Mayers here.
We'll see.
It's a high end-over-end kick, and Doty's going to field this one at his 11. Crosses the 15, down to the 20, gets a man, makes one man miss. Brought down at the 21-yard line there by Florence, so 1st and 10, James Clemens.
I'll say this right now, they're playing with some passion. They are fired
really are.
up.
Yes.
And this is, from year to year, you don't know what Florence is going to bring over here. If they're going to come with passion or they're just going to show up. And tonight they've shown up with some passion, and we got to find a way to match it.
Yeah.
But this newfound spirit that they've had in the last, 5 minutes tells me they didn't really expect to be in the game at this point. Maybe they didn't know what their odds were coming in. We can't give them life.
So 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near side. Closest to us is Doty. Lopez drops back to pass, got a penalty flag on the play, probably some movement on the line. False start.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but
I didn't either. So false start on James Clemens. Moves the ball back on first down. So 1st and 15 as they put it at the 18-yard line. So Lopez, he's got Pittman in the backfield, and also looks like Williams back there with him as well. Cooper, Little on the far side. Doty over here to the near side. Trying to throw it to Cooper. He gets his man. Cooper makes one man miss. Tries to cut it back up, and the guy from behind tackles him. Ball comes out, and they said it's a fumble. Recovered by Florence at the James Clemens.
Fighting for extra yards right there.
Yeah.
Just trying to make a play, and we already had a great play made. Gio made a great pass. We've got first down.
2 possessions, 2 fumbles, puts Florence in better field position.
Yeah, great field position, and we've still not done a very good job of stopping their offense.
So 1st and 10 for Florence from the James Clemens 37-yard line. And our defense has been on the field a lot longer in this third quarter.
Well, a good note is Jamal is back out there.
Yeah, that is good.
Look for the same things. I mean, there's no reason to stop what you're doing right here.
That's exactly, you called it, Coach. Glover's going to take it himself and run out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So picks up 6 on the play. No, picks up 5, so it'll be 2nd and 5 for Florence.
Yeah, we got to do something to create a turnover of our own. And that sounds like a lot to ask when they're just doing a lot of quarterback run, a lot of counter GT look. But we've got to find a way to get the ball back and give ourselves a chance to get in it right here.
They're lucky they didn't get a false start right there. The receiver stepped up to the line as it was snapped, and they didn't get a call.
So the handoff to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for about a yard.
Great job by Freeman that time. Same GT look, the counter look coming back at you, and he just fit it and got underneath that block and made a tackle. He's been doing that since he stepped in, right?
Yes, he has.
It took him about a half. The first half of Bob Jones was a little shaky on linebacker play. That second half, he filled every hole, I felt like.
He really did, and he runs in there hard. He ain't afraid to get in there and make a tackle.
So 3rd and 4 from the 31-yard line. Florence with the ball. Trying to make it. And there's false start right there. Huge by the guard. The left guard jumped.
We
back
need
up,
that.
Terry.
Back it up. Beat, big man.
So penalty flag moves them back. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 9 from the James Clemens 36. So, kind of takes them into 4-down territory because, if we had stopped them there on 3rd down, then they were in field goal territory.
I think they're absolutely in 4-down territory if this is a positive game.
So here we go. 2 splits to the near side. Glover's got Vaughn to his left. Takes the snap. Glover's going to keep it himself around the far side. Sneaks his way through, short of the first down by about a yard. Oh, goodness. The guy on the far side went ahead and gave him the yard. So it's going to be close. 4th and short, maybe?
It is a favorable spot on that side.
Got a man down for Florence. Looks like one of the linemen.
So 4th down and short for the Falcons. Once they get the guy off the field, it's obviously they're going to go for the first down here on 4th. So you can download a copy of this game or listen to it on demand by going to pasnetwork.net. There's a streaming schedule of all of our upcoming games and links to our mobile apps as well. And you can always listen to us each and every week right here, James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. And we'll take a look at the North Alabama Gas District scoreboard during this injury timeout. It's serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. So over in Tanner, Sheffield 32, Tanner 21. That's in the third quarter.
Whoa.
Russellville 38, East Limestone nothing at halftime. Colbert Heights 33, Clements 12 at halftime. West Limestone 27, East Lawrence 13 in the third quarter. And Mars Hill, that's a dominant program right there. Mars Hill 63, Elkmont 0 at halftime. That's your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard, serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Call 811 before you dig. 4th and short for Florence.
Got to be disciplined right here. Don't jump.
Glover's going to hand it off to Simpson up the middle. Simpson breaks free. Going to be kind of a foot tackle there as he gets down beyond the 10-yard line, down to about the 7. So 1st and goal, Florence.
Just straight ahead coming at you. That's what you want to do in short yardage situations.
And I'm not sure defensively, and I hate to be too critical, but we got him by the ankle right there, and 2 of our guys are just standing around
watching. We had a chance to
watching.
clean him up, and we're not. There's our turnover opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got an injury timeout as looks like Wells is coming out of the game. Going in is Cameron Berry. Berry played some running back last week. Also on defense.
He does it all.
He does it all.
We were pressed for bodies last week.
We really were. So 1st and goal, Florence from the James Clemens 7. Going to hand it off to the big man, number 8. And that's Garner, and he's going to fight forward past the 5-yard line down to about the 3-yard line. So 2nd and goal from the 3.
That guy's a load when he comes in there to run the football.
So their offensive line, we're seeing this. I mean, they're just getting good push right there off the line. They're exploding off. We talked about their size. Those guys are not the weight listed, the size listed.
Yeah, this roster is not accurate outside of number and name, I hope, but there's no way those numbers are accurate.
Yeah, these guys are big, and they're strong, and they're getting the necessary push, opening those holes for Florence.
And the offense they're running is definitely built toward that personnel. Let's just get a crease and let our backs find a place to run the football.
So it looks like Florence is going to call their first timeout of the half. And while they take a timeout, we'll take a quick one as well. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All 3 locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. Your score with 2:51 left to play in the third quarter. Florence 24, James Clemens 7. Florence with a 2nd and goal from the James Clemens 3, looking to punch it in and add another touchdown here. Let's see if our goal line defense can hold. So you got Glover at quarterback. You got Garner in behind him. Going to hand it off to Garner up the middle. Garner's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back for a loss on the play of a yard.
Big job.
3rd and goal from the 5.
Great job.
Number 40.
It's their guy, the guy that's going to shoot that gap. He's going to come in hard.
And he's a sophomore.
So Freeman, just like you've said already, just going to be a stud over the next couple of years.
I think
he's
so.
already a stud, but he's going to just develop into something more.
Hard-nosed football player. So when he gets bigger, he gets stronger, he gets more reps in there in games. I think he'll be a heck of a linebacker in the years to come.
So 3rd and goal from the 5 after a loss of a yard on that play. Going to put a man in motion. Glover looking for the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Going to keep it himself. Try to do it a la Peyton Manning. He's going to be met at the goal line. Pushed back. Short of the goal line, down to the 2, 4th and goal.
Great job, good flow by our defense because we got out there quick to try and contain him, and as soon as he hit that cutback lane, we had 2 guys in his face. Great job of stuffing him right there.
Well, and the beauty of being down here so close, our safeties are close enough to come help fill, and they did right there.
They did.
So 4th and goal from the 2 for Florence. James Clemens holding tough on defense on this series. Let's see if we can finish it.
I'm surprised they're not going to try and go for the field goal here. I really am.
So 4th and goal, Glover, shotgun. He's got Simpson behind him. Going to hand it off to Simpson. Simpson's going to try to fall forward, and he does. Just gets across the goal line for another Florence touchdown.
That's tough.
We had good contact there. We had a chance to get him. I think that Steven Ezell had a chance to tackle him, and he just sidestepped him enough to where he could reach the ball out and cross that goal line.
So Florence, with 1:21, looking to add to this lead. They just scored a touchdown, looking for the extra point. Waiting on the snap. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. So, with 1:21 left to play in the third quarter, Florence strikes again. Your score, Florence 31, James Clemens 7. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Back deep to receive the kickoff after Florence scored another touchdown with 1:21 left to play in the third quarter. Florence up 31-7. You've got Mayers and Doty. They are standing at their 10-yard line waiting to return this. Coaches, we just continue to give up the short field after some turnovers.
Yeah, definitely, and we're not doing a great job of stopping them offensively. But it's hard to do when you don't make them drive the field.
Well, we talked about you just have no rhythm offensively. You can't get anything going, so your defense is constantly back on the field. And they've struggled with the run and the size already. And so we've got to put a drive together. It'll be interesting to see what kind of fight we've got.
Yes.
Because we've got a full quarter left, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
1:21 in this one and another full quarter. Will we have some fight and make a little comeback here and see what happens?
And don't think for a second we don't have the playmakers on the field to create a few big plays and put 2 scores on the board, and all of a sudden we got a game halfway through the fourth maybe.
No doubt.
I mean, you talk about Pittman, Cooper, Doty.
Ballard.
Williams.
Lopez.
And Lopez. I mean, that's probably the good news at this point. Turn Gio loose. Turn your offense loose. Let's see what happens.
So the previous kick was called back because it was a little Florence got a little happy and went off sides. So they moved him back 5 yards. Doty crosses the 35, fielded that one at about the 15-yard line.
We're going to get a flag for the face mask. No.
Face mask?
That was 8. 8 comes across Doty's face, and Doty made a cut back to the inside of the field, and as 8 reaches up, he grabs a handful of face mask. Tried to let go. Referee saw it.
So with that penalty, Doty had a great return there all the way down to the 40-yard line. So that penalty against Florence is going to put that further, probably going to cross the 50 into Florence territory.
And we got to back up Terry, but we're actually going forward here.
I tell you what.
Don't knock anything Clay Coleman does.
No, he brings it. He brings
if
it.
If he says we're backing up, we're backing up.
Freak Daddy knows how to play the halftime and the sound effects and everything. Here, he's the PA announcer for James Clemens here at Madison City School Stadium. Lopez takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Ballard. He's looking to pass, throws it out to Ballard in the flat. Ballard gets 5 yards, goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line of Florence. So nice little pass and catch there.
That's a great way to start a drive.
Get everybody settled down again.
Yeah, get some positive momentum there. Get a few yards. Make this, second and about 6.
So split over here closest to us. Looks like you got Cooper and Doty. Fake the handoff to Ballard. Lopez looking to pass. Throws it. Oh, nice one-handed catch there by Little as he came across the middle and just brought that in, but only a yard, 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, he reached out and pulled that in with one arm.
Well, Gio did a good job of leading him right there. The problem was there was a defender waiting on him when he caught it. Didn't get many yards after the catch.
So with that, 3rd and 3 for James Clemens. Lopez got Ballard to his right, 2 split to the far side and 2 to the closest to us. Fakes the handoff to Ballard. He's got to run. Go ahead, get that first down. That's something we haven't seen Lopez do. That should have been a late hit right there, but it's not. Lopez slides for the first down.
Yeah, good job. Just getting the first down, keeping your drive going, keep some momentum right here. Look for a big play later on.
So 32 seconds, clock stops with the pick up the first down. Now it's running. We're under 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Lopez drops back to pass. Looking downfield. Going to tuck and run? No, he's going to throw it over here. It looks like Doty makes the reception at the 22-yard line. So that's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, we're getting lined up. We're ready to go fast again.
I think he's a couple yards short right there.
Nope, they're saying he got the first down. So clock is stopped at 15 seconds. So first and 10.
Boy, they ran that clock a long time trying to make that decision right there. We probably lost about 7 to 10 seconds.
Lopez throws it across the middle.
Good throw and catch.
No, just falls right out of Pittman's hands. Is that Pittman? I believe it is. No, is that Cooper?
Can't see his number.
Yeah, that is Cooper.
That's Cooper.
Yeah, threw it low, right where you wanted him to. Cooper just wasn't able to bring that in. So with that incomplete pass, clock stops at 6.5 seconds in the third. Lopez. He's got Eggert on the far side, Cooper on the far side, Pittman and Little.
He sees something that he likes.
So he's talking over here to Coach McGee, making some adjustments.
Reset the game clock to 9 seconds.
Yeah.
So they got the time back from that first down.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So we're waiting on the time to go down to 9 seconds. So 9 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Lopez directing a drive here. Some really key passes there to the playmakers.
I know what Gio saw that he liked, a matchup that was good for us. And now that Florence had the opportunity, they swapped corners.
Yeah,
we had a height advantage there with Eggert, and now they've put Jaleel Hurley on him, and the height advantage is now gone.
Yeah, that
and the athleticism advantage.
Yes.
No offense to Logan Eggert.
But, I mean, I tell you, he's Hurley is – I tell you what, though, Eggert can at least go and say, I had an SEC guy on me.
That's right. They switched to me.
Yep. So Lopez dropping back to pass. Looks throw to the end zone. No, he's going to throw it short to Little. Little catches the ball at the 11-yard line, gets out of bounds with 4 seconds left.
Did a good job there of making sure he got his feet in. You saw he caught that pass, looked at his feet, and got both feet in like a next-level receiver would. You see in the NFL on the weekends, tap those two toes, and then stepped out of bounds and stopped the clock.
Thought he was going to try to hit Pittman in the end zone.
Look at the top.
Look at there. Wide open touchdown. James Clemens. Eggert left all alone.
That is a blown coverage right there. And Eggert was like, he was trying not to be so obvious to get Gio's attention right there.
But he wanted to make sure he didn't miss that opportunity.
He's like, there's nobody here.
Yes.
Well, you got Jaleel Hurley over there looking at his coach, pointing at himself. Was that my guy?
Well,
and I don't know. They obviously didn't switch and didn't pick him up.
That's the opportunities that going fast affords you, is you find some opportunities like that. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten those opportunities yet. But that time, sustaining the drive, which Coach Johnson alluded to earlier, we sustain the drive down the field, and you keep going fast, you'll get an opportunity like that.
Bosick with the extra point try. Kick is up. Kick is good. With 0.4 seconds left to play in the third quarter, Florence 31. James Clemens gets on the board again. 14. You're listening to... All right, well, we'll keep it here. The producer says, hey, keep it because we're going to go in a third quarter.
Well, I mean,
Tim's the boss.
I do what he says.
Yes. Here's the thing. That's important. And you may think 31-14, not a big deal. That's important because now we're at least in double digits before you're going in the fourth quarter. Now you still got an opportunity to make a game. We talked about playmakers earlier. We've not had that big play yet. We're going to have a big play somewhere if these guys keep fighting.
When you talk about seconds in a ball game, we're actually going to get to kick this off with they ran the point.
They went ahead and ran it off. So
I was going to say we had .4, and we're not going to waste this kickoff on the back side of the start of the fourth.
So is it third quarter or what? Because we're lining up to kick off.
Yeah, I think we're going to kick it in the third quarter technically.
So we're going to have a no-time kickoff.
There was .4 on that clock when I looked.
Agreed.
I didn't see where it ran off. So
hard to run it off on an extra point.
So we'll have one play with no time on the clock, and Bosick is going to put it down at his own 40.
Anybody want to lay odds on an onside kick here?
Nah.
You're saying you don't want a big gamble on it, or you know way
I don't
they're
think
doing
we'll
it?
do it.
Okay. I mean, me either. Trying to have a little fun here, though.
Maybe later in the fourth quarter.
Look,
I was the one calling for that kind of stuff.
You were
2 weeks ago, right?
Yes. So Bosick getting ready to kick off. Here we go. And there's the kickoff. Oh, it is a squibbly kick. It's going to be mishandled at the 30-yard line, but Florence is going to pick it up, go to the far side, trying to find a lane. Woods comes up, makes the tackle to end the third quarter. Penalty flag on the play.
Thank goodness for Mark Woods out there.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
He redirected. He stuck his foot in the ground nearly at the hash and ran back out to the outside to try and contain that guy.
So we got a penalty flag to finish the third quarter, so we might have another untimed down.
We did something different there. We didn't kick it deep, and we didn't onside kick. It's like a squib kick right there.
Squibbler.
And actually got it to bounce off one of their guys. It was just too far deep for us to have any chance at.
So we're waiting on the call from the officials for the penalty. As we're lining up on defense.
You got Jacob Durham limping coming off the field right there.
Yep. I know this. Florence coaches seem very unhappy with whatever this call is going to be.
So that is going to be against James Clemens. Personal foul against us. So it's going to put them down further in James Clemens territory. And so that should do it for third quarter action. Waiting on the officials to tell us one way or the other.
I guess the excitement, what you saw out of Florence coaches may have been excitement, not being upset.
True.
So I'm still waiting to try to figure out are we going to.
It was unnecessary roughness was the call.
So,
but are we going to put any time on this clock, or are we going to keep playing at zeros?
So it's going to be an untimed down to finish the third quarter.
Because I guess technically that's a defensive penalty.
Yeah, so first and 10, Florence from the James Clemens 47-yard line. Glover looks to take the snap. He does. Fakes the handoff to Vaughn. Goes around to the far side.
Yes,
He's going to be brought down in the backfield. I'll let y'all call it.
Freeman coming in, and it looks like he's maybe figuring out how to play that GT, play it right off the hip of that pulling guard, and you're in a position to make a tackle.
And that's something we have not done.
No, we've not done it well. And there's a couple ways you can do that. You can just be a man and go in there and stuff that guy who's pulling. But you got to be a man.
Yeah.
You got to be a man to stuff him, or you can play right off the hip of that pulling guard to make a tackle.
So that'll do it for third quarter action here at Madison City School Stadium. Your score, Florence 31, James Clemens 14. You're listening to Jets football. We'll have fourth quarter action when we come back right here on Play Action Sports.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens football right here on Play Action Sports as we start fourth quarter action. The handoff up the middle to Vaughn goes nowhere, so brings up 3rd and 11 for Florence. As James Clemens, we've seen this before tonight. We've given it up. Let's hope we can tighten up here.
Yeah, there may not have been a bigger third down so far in the game than this one.
So 31-14 is your score. Florence on top of James Clemens. But right now, Florence facing a 3rd down and long. So man in motion. Glover looking for the snap. Keeps it, fakes it, drops back to pass. He's rolling. He's got 2 men in his face. He's going to be able to spin move, throw it out to the receiver, gives up the big play. He's going to be tackled at the James Clemens 28-yard line. We had 2 guys in his face, and he was able to get away.
We've had a play like that, it seems, every week in a critical situation, and we're where we're supposed to be in a scramble drill or a situation like that. Quarterback makes a move, throws one up into space, and they make the play.
So 1st and 10 for Florence from the James Clemens 32-yard line.
Man, we had him back 15 yards.
Oh, it was going to be a huge loss. Just weren't able to wrap him up and bring him down. So Glover, quarterback, Fakes the handoff to Vaughn. He's going to keep it himself again. Bounces it to the outside. Crosses the 25. Looking for some room. Crosses the 20. Stops and slides at the 17-yard line.
What a heads-up play by the quarterback.
Stay in bounds. Keep that clock running.
Yep.
So picks up the first down further in James Clemens territory.
Yeah, very smart play by the quarterback.
That's 2 plays in a row. Chris King has been in position. He was one of the guys chasing him behind the line of scrimmage, and he was right there in the hole that time. Just doesn't quite have the speed to catch that quarterback.
That quarterback's very deceiving with his speed, and he's shown tonight. I mean, he had a huge run in the first half, get him all the way down into, in the second half, get him all the way down into scoring position, and he's been their leading rusher all night long. So they're going to let this clock go down as far as it can. Penalty flag on the play. It's going to be movement on the Florence line.
Well, something goes in our favor.
Yeah.
Left guard flinch.
You talked about the quarterback running well and being deceiving. Maybe the best thing he does is help set up his blockers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, anybody can take the snap and run to that hole, but letting your offensive linemen, letting your backside guys get in position to get a block, create a crease for you, that's tough to do, and he showed a lot of patience in doing that.
So Glover, quarterback, got Vaughn behind him. 2 splits to the near side. Handed off to Vaughn. Vaughn finds a hole, puts a lick on the defender, falls forward for about 6-yard gain. So it's going to bring up, second down?
Second down, yeah. He nosed it in there.
He did. That was a hard run there and was able to hit the linebacker and go forward.
And you had Woods and Myers on that tackle right there.
And again, you've said it before, when you got safeties making tackles on the run game, it's not good for your defense.
So Glover, I would assume that Coach, who is that over there? Coach Morrison, probably going to try to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible.
No question.
Keep that clock running. Try not to give up an interception and unnecessary turnover. And that's what he's going to do. Call his own number again. The quarterback tries to put a juke move, but a good open field tackle there by number 34 for James Clemens.
And that time Chris King didn't need speed to catch him. He was right there in the hole and just grabbed a hold of him. And that's one thing Chris is a strong human being.
He is. I watched him during warm-ups, pregame warm-ups. That's a big boy.
Yes,
he is thick.
Glover got up a little gimpy after that one.
So we'll see what happens here. 3rd and 10 for Florence in James Clemens territory. They are at the 17-yard line. So obviously 4 down, or do you punch a field goal? I mean, you've got a pretty big lead here.
I don't think they dare put the ball in the air.
I wouldn't think so. And they're not. They're going to hand it off to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to try to go around the corner. He's going to be short of the first down. Picks up probably 6 on the play, so 4th down.
He tried to go low right there and kind of slide, and Jamal came in low too and peppered him.
And now he's coming out of the game. It looks like a stinger maybe or something. He's holding that shoulder. And you got Glover gimpy. He almost had to chase the back down to get the handoff to him that time.
So he's still kind of favoring his knee a little bit. Glover is the quarterback. 7:46 and counting in the 4th quarter. Florence with a 31-14 lead over your James Clemens Jets.
I'm surprised they're not taking the points here and going for the field goal, which, of course, they know their personnel better than me. There's got to be a reason.
We got a timeout called, so they may be discussing
He wanted that play clock going down as far as they could.
Yeah, I mean, you got 7:33 left to play in the ball game, and you got a big lead. So talk about it and see what happens. So, we got a lot of things going on, but you can always look for the monthly Play Action Sports column in Athens Now. We'll update you on what's been happening in local sports news as well as upcoming games and events. The paper is free and available at businesses all around the area. The other thing we'll do in post-game show is we're going to give our Lawlers Fan of the Week. If you want to be a potential Lawlers Fan of the Week winner, all you got to do is go to pasnetwork.net and enter your name there on the website. We'll announce the winner during the post-game show of each James Clemens game. The winner gets a gift card from Lawler's Barbecue, and we'll do that in our post-game show. Also, give our James Clemens Player of the Game. That'll be the Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game, and we'll announce that as well during the post-game show. So here we go. 4th down and a long 7 for Florence. They are going to go for the points here, Coach Kimbrough. That's what you said. You don't understand why they're not doing it. That's why they called the timeout.
Yeah, just letting that clock run as much as they can and then try and get the easier points right here.
So a 30-yard field goal attempt. It is up. It's got the distance, but it looked like it went wide left, and it does. So missed field goal chance there with 7:31 left to play in the ball game. Florence with a 31-14 lead. We get the ball back, guys.
You still got life. There is still life.
And we've seen the past several games. I mean, James Clemens can put a comeback together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we've moved the ball tonight. We've just shot ourselves in the foot with turnovers or penalties. We've moved the ball at times.
So Lopez comes in at quarterback. He's going to have got 2 splits to the near side. He's going to go 2 to the far side. Looks like that is Pittman and Doty on the far side, and Eggert and Cooper to the near side. Ballard in the backfield. Fake the handoff to Ballard. Lopez looking to throw it across the middle. Gets his... Oh, Cooper had it in his hands and just dropped it. I mean, it hit him right in the numbers, but he wasn't able to bring it in. Second down.
That was one of those balls that was a little up for Cooper. And instead of turning those hands over and catching it with his hands, he tried to be underneath the ball, and it got to his face mask.
Yeah.
And he's got to get those hands turned up and catch that ball with his hands.
So Lopez, 2nd and 10, quarterback, 2 splits to both sides, fakes the handoff to Ballard. Here comes the rush. He throws it right behind Pittman. He had to get rid of it fast, and Pittman was running that route and just too far behind him.
Coming out with in what we call dub set. I mean, you're creating a symmetrical offensive set, so you're keeping the defense honest both times. I think they're putting the game in Gio's hands those first 2 plays and saying, hey, you make the decision, you decide, try and move us down the field.
So 2 splits to the near side, 1 to the far side, 2 in the backfield with Lopez. Lopez looking to throw. He slips. He keeps his footing. Gets to the 10. Throws it out there to Ballard. Ballard on a wheel route. Able to pick up the first down and goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So nice play there by Lopez.
Well, and again, I don't think Ballard was running a wheel route to start with. He was going out in that flat right there as just a safety valve. And when the scramble drill started, he went up the sideline like we saw earlier when we got the fumble, down there with, I guess it was Pittman. He went up the sideline, and Gio did a good job of finding him on the backside.
And he was expecting that ball to get there a lot faster than it did because he peaked on his jump, and the ball still wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's right.
But he was able to bring that down. Pittman, that's what makes him such a weapon and a force to be reckoned with on offense. Lopez, shotgun, 2 splits to both sides. Ballard in the backfield. Nope, fakes the handoff. That's Williams in the backfield. Lopez got a run, got a man on him. Throws it out to Williams. Great play there. Williams with a juke move, still on his feet. Down to the 40, falls forward.
What a run after catch.
Man, he picked up so many yards, made some people miss, picks up the first down, and now James Clemens is in Florence territory.
And I don't know if that's a design little chip and release or whether he was a blocker and just a scramble drill, but, man, he made 2 or 3 little jump moves and then bounced off a defender for extra yards.
Lopez has got Williams to his left, hands it off to Williams up the middle. Williams going to fall forward for a pickup of 5 yards on the play, brings up 2nd and 5 as we are down to the 33-yard line of Florence.
We are going fast, too. Which
that's keeping them off balance.
We
got to keep moving. So, going to fake the handoff to Williams, throw it out to Doty. Doty with this nice fake move right there. Gets the first down, tackled at the 25-yard line, but picks up the first down nonetheless.
Great move to get around one guy that was left open, and then he went back outside around where Pittman held his block long enough to get him a couple more yards.
Just finding his leverage. Great job.
So we're running out of time here, guys. We're at 6.5 minutes and counting in the fourth quarter. James Clemens, Lopez, drops back to pass. Got to rush again. He's got to run. Rolls to his side. Just kind of an overthrow. Pass intended for Williams. Falls down incomplete.
Just 2 guys hoping that each other will make a play.
And here's what's scary. He's done that 2 or 3 times now. He's got to be careful of just floating that ball over one defender to that guy that was released on the scramble drill, because now the safety was cheated over the top of that and tried to come get it.
Yep.
And they've got some height in their secondary for sure.
Yeah, tip drill definitely goes to their favor.
So here we go. 2nd down and 10. Lopez throws it out to Ballard. Ballard trying to make one man miss. Loses on the screen pass. Loses yardage. 3rd and 12.
Yeah, trying to set up a screen right there, and you just had too much pressure for the thing to develop.
Yeah, they had no misstep on the defense. One guy blitzed and then Gio's face, and the safety came up and took that screen guy immediately.
So, guys, I'm noticing one thing. Oh, there he is over there on the far side. Hurley is over on the far side on Doty, I believe. Yep, he is on Doty. Lopez got to run. Looking to throw towards the end zone. Floats it up to the end zone. Tipped away. Pass intended for Little. and that ball stayed in the air just a little too long.
Yeah, and that's not the guy I would have liked to see him throw to. He had a guy sit down right in the middle of the zone about the 15, 13-yard line that he could have hit that was wide open, nobody around him. Instead, he chose to go to the guy in the end zone and go for the big play and just floated up. And he was open.
Yeah, he was.
But he floated it up a little too high, and the defender was able to recover.
So it brings up 4th down and 12 for James Clemens. The ball is at the Florence 28-yard line. 5:34. Clock is stopped after the incomplete pass. Lopez takes the snap, looking to throw. Throws it towards the end zone. He's got Doty in the end zone. Did he make the catch? He does.
He did.
Touchdown!
What a catch.
James Clemens over Hurley.
Yeah, and between two guys. I mean, he has to go up and get that ball and take it away. We've seen Doty make one of those type catches, in almost every game. Yeah. Yes. I mean, he's done a great job.
What a great-looking young receiver. Not a big guy, but way athletic, and goes up over a really tall defensive back.
Yes.
And takes that ball with a hand on the ball, it looked like, and just took it away and held on.
Doty, the sophomore, with a huge touchdown reception there to close the gap right now with 5:28 left to play in the ball game. Bosick, kick is up.
Oh,
that
goodness.
one's not going to make it.
Make
Does it? Oh, no, just short. I don't know what happened there, but fell.
He had more height than distance
yes,
on that one.
Yes, he did. So with that, 5:28 left to play in the ball game. Florence 31, James Clemens 20. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
For spotless cleaning at your service, call Extreme Pressure Washing, residential and commercial exterior cleaning specialists taking pride in their work to provide convenient and conventional services. Exterior walls, roofs and gutters, fences, driveways and sideways, decks, patios and porches, they clean it all. Extreme Pressure Washing offers free estimates and guarantees satisfaction on every job from start to finish. Extreme Pressure Washing. Call 321-9119. Look for them on Facebook or online at extremepressurewashing21.net. Spell it XTREME. Extreme Pressure Washing.
Welcome back to fourth quarter action here at Madison City School Stadium, the home of the James Clemens Jets. We're here on Play Action Sports. 5:28 left to play in the ball game. Florence with a 31-20 lead. James Clemens cuts that lead down by a huge touchdown reception by Doty from Lopez. But, coaches, we were just sitting there talking. You got to get a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal, and we're lining up for an onside kick. Bosick.
You got to. I mean, you got to get the ball back. You can't score if you don't have the ball, typically.
So Bosick takes it.
10.
James Clemens bounce. Ball still moving. Looks like Florence is able to get underneath it, so it'll be 1st and 10 Florence from their own 45.
Just barely, too.
Boy,
gave us a chance right there.
Yes.
That was a much better onside kick there. It just didn't get the height on the bounce that we were looking for.
Yeah, looking for that one more bounce or that big hop.
But I'm going to be honest. You've seen some of the higher-level football onside kicks go to that ball on the side where they kick it where it's rolling because it wobbles and you don't know which way it's going to go. And it kind of looked – he didn't do it on purpose, but that's what it looked like. It stayed tight to the ground and wobbled like a snake trying to figure out, okay, is this going to go left or right?
Yeah, which way am I going to go? Which way am I going to go? So it definitely bounces a little different than a round ball. So here we go. 1st and 10, Florence from their own 45. 5:26 left to play in the ball game. You got Glover in the backfield along with Garner. Going to hand it off to Garner. Garner trying to find a seam. It's going to be stopped after about a yard-and-a-half gain. Defense holding right there, 2nd and long for Florence.
Jalen Brown right there again. They call him Bambi. That's a big old Bambi, isn't it?
That's a big one.
He's a good-looking athlete.
I tell you, I'm just really impressed with the play of some of these younger guys. Obviously, you've got some veterans out there on the field, and they're doing what they can do. But the young guys, Coach McGee's got to be happy with the future. I know he's thinking about the here and now, but I'm telling you, he's got some playmakers coming up.
It's bittersweet because you are taking your lumps with them right now, but it bodes well for our future.
And it's going to play dividends in the end. So, 2nd down. Going to hand it off to Garner. Garner's trying to find some room. Falls forward for a 3-yard gain. Clock still running. Under 4.5 minutes left to play in the ball game. 3rd down and 7.
Cam Berry back in there on defense right there. Guy we've seen everywhere.
Tell you, he is a player. All right, huge 3rd down. So
Big
Florence is going to
down.
let this clock. Right now it's at 22 seconds on the play clock. and you're at 4:15 and counting. So when they snap this ball, it's going to be under 4 minutes. So we really need a stop here. But like I said earlier, this third down has been our Achilles heel all night.
All night long.
So 2 splits to the far side. Going to fake the handoff. Glover's going to keep it. Got himself a seam. Picks up the first down.
Yep.
Down to about the 30 or the 42-yard line. He comes up, points first down, and that's it because we're under 4 minutes here. So, yeah, that's not it. But, I mean,
that's
a hard one. That was a hard one.
You get a stop there, you still got life. We still may get a turnover, something like that. But, when you've got, 2 scores and need a 2-point conversion on top of that, and you're under 4 minutes going on 3 minutes.
It makes it hard.
Got to be a miracle.
Makes it hard. So you got Glover. He's got Garner. He's got 2 splits to the far side. Puts a man in motion. It's going to be one of those two running the ball. I mean, Garner's going to get it, and he's got himself a hole. Tries to make a cut to the outside, but goes back to the inside. Woods trying to strip the ball.
To rip that ball out.
But he picks up a first down and gets it all the way down to the James Clemens 25. So that right there is hard. That's another first down run. And he was able to get that first down. So Simpson comes in for Gardner now.
But you're almost in a better situation with it being a first down. Reset, start over.
Yeah.
You get the clock stopped for a short period of time.
Brody Stinson getting up slow there with a little limp.
So 1st and 10, Florence from the James Clemens 25, 2:56 and counting in the game. Florence up 31-20 over James Clemens. Love to get a turnover here. Put that ball on the turf. Going to hand it to Simpson. Simpson with a burst of speed falls forward for a 6-yard, 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Poor Brody right there. He is limping every step, and then he's the one that steps in there and sticks his head and knocks his feet out from under him.
So it looks like we got a timeout on the field. 2:43 left to play in the ball game. That was James Clemens' timeout to stop the clock, down 11 here at Madison City School Stadium.
It's really all you can do right now.
Just call the timeout.
Use those timeouts, try and stop the clock, force them to snap it again.
So you can listen for the James Clemens Coaches Show every Wednesday morning at 11:05 a.m. on 1080 a.m. WKAC and get the inside scoop on the Jets. If you miss it, you can go to WKAC Sports page at WKAC1080.com and click on the Coaches Show, that link to find those archives. All right, homecoming, Madison City School Stadium, 2:43 left to play in the ballgame. Florence with a 31-20 lead right now. 2nd down and 5 for Florence from the James Clemens 19.
Come on, put this ball on the ground. Let's create a turnover somehow. It's really the only chance we've got.
So Glover has got, looks like, Simpson in the backfield, puts a man in motion. Going to go split to the near side, one to the far side. Comes set. Glover's going to hand it off to Simpson. Simpson gets to the 15-yard line, which is going to be a first down because they're going to mark him at the 14. So 1st down and 10. Florence with 2.5 minutes left to play in this ballgame.
Well, their backs are doing a good job of putting 2 arms on that ball and holding on tight.
They are.
They know the situation.
They absolutely. The ball security is priority for them right now.
So James Clemens calls another timeout with 2.5 minutes exactly on the clock, 31-20 your score. So we can take a look at the updates on the North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Russellville, 52, East Limestone 7 in the 3rd quarter. Sheffield, 40, Tanner, 28 in the 4th quarter. West Limestone, 48, East Lawrence, 13, 4th quarter. Colbert Heights, 39, Clements, 18. That is in the 3rd quarter. And that is your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig.
You mentioned earlier Wade Waldrop being the coach at both these schools in the last couple of years. He got him a big win, Hoover over Hewitt-Trussville tonight. 17-7.
That's a big win.
That is a big win. Big talent down there at Hoover, just continuing each and every year to put good players out there. And Coach Waldrop.
Well, that Birmingham area
that whole
general
area
is just crazy. Yes. Just crazy. But Coach Waldrop in a great situation down there. Congratulations to him on picking up that win tonight. Handoff to Simpson up the middle. Simpson makes one man miss. Still on his feet, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Florence.
Number 9, Jalen Simpson on the carry.
Just able to get through there, find the holes. Not able to make any tackles. making people miss and just not able to bring him down. Florence increases their lead with 2:24 left to play in this ball game.
Well, you hate to see it. These guys have been on the field a ton, this defense. And you look at them, a little head hanging there at the end of this game as it's starting to get away from us, but they've got to be exhausted and beat up.
Yeah, defense has taken an astronomical amount of snaps tonight trying to put a stop to this offense.
So the extra point is up, and it is good. That takes your score. Florence, 38. James Clemens, 20. 2:24 left to play in the game. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports with 2:24 left to play in the ball game here at Madison City School Stadium. Florence 38, James Clemens 20. Back deep to receive the kickoffs for James Clemens. You've got Mayers and Doty standing at their 10-yard line. Florence getting ready to kick off again tonight. 2:24, I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. So here's the kickoff. Kick is up.
Yeah, they're going to be offsides.
Yeah, they're going to be offsides. They've done that a couple of times tonight.
They're a little excited to get down the field and beat the kicker.
And if you watch football on the weekends, you can call offsides on about 90% of kickoffs if you really want to call it. In the same way you can call holding almost every offensive play if you want to call it.
They wanted to call it?
Just don't make it that obvious.
Here comes the ball. All the way from the end zone. He's
coming in.
Kid's running it all the way back down the field.
Giving it all. Is he going to throw it?
We picked the guy with the shortest legs to run the ball.
Tell you what, man, he threw that thing about 7 yards.
That's a good little chunk.
That was a good little chunk right there.
We're not talking about one of our players, people. This is looks like about a 7-year-old kid.
I say sign him up, Coach. You might need him on the field, on the diamond.
With that kind of arm? Maybe.
All right, here's the kick. It's up. Mayers is going to field it at his 5-yard line, crosses the 10, down to the 20, trying to find a block. Tackled from behind, but he's going to skip forward to about the 27-yard line is where I think they're going to spot him, 28. So it'll be 1st and 10. James Clemens from their own 28 with 2:16 left to play in this ball game.
Number 2, Samuel Brett Thompson, he saved that from being a big run.
Yeah.
Because if he gets past him, who he grabbed him by the ankle as he went by, there's one more guy in front of him, and he was engaged with a blocker.
So Lopez in at shotgun. He's got Williams to his left, 2 splits to the far side, 2 to the near side. Fakes the handoff to Williams, dropping back, throws it to Williams, right here in the flat. Williams trying to make something happen, is tackled at the 35-yard line. Clock still rolling for a nice little second down, 2nd and 4, maybe? Yep, that's what they're looking. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but the Chains guy over there started moving. He thought he had picked up the first down. Still 2nd down. Lopez takes the snap, looking to throw it deep. He's going to have to move. He rolls out of the pocket. He hits, looks like that's Doty over there on the sidelines, throws him down after he picks up the first down. Still stays in bounds. The clock stops with the first down pickup. Minute 43 left to play in the game.
I thought he threw him down after he'd already stepped out.
I did too. He had a shot here with, is this Eggert out on this side? Or no, it may have been A.J. Little. He was coming down the hash right here.
Lopez has got to scramble, directing traffic. Throws it right there to Williams. Williams with a first down catch. With the clock, stays in bounds. The clock stops.
Should be a first down.
Should be a first down. They're going to say he's short.
No,
they're going to move it. Got to move those chains, guys. There you go. So the official right there on it. 2 seconds clicked off the clock. 1:28 left to play in the game. James Clemens at the Florence 37. 2 splits here, 2 splits there. 1 running back in the backfield. That is Williams. Lopez got to run. Makes one man miss. Directing traffic again. Throws it towards the end zone. Nice catch there by number 18. That is Tolliver Williams. Jaden Tolliver Williams took a shot after he caught that one all the way down to the 13, picks up the first down.
Boy, you could hear that up here.
And he knew he was going to get a shot because Gio is pointing to the direction he wants him to go. He's leading him in to those safeties. He knew he was going to take a shot.
And an ineligible man down the field, so a penalty flag on the play with a minute 13.
It's the danger on those scramble plays, right? Your guys are blocking. They don't have anybody to block because everything spreads out all of a sudden, and they go find somebody, and now you're too far down the field, and once we make the throw, it's too late.
So with that, moving them back further, ball is going to be spotted at the Florence 43-yard line. That's a big difference right there. So 1st and 15 from the 43. Lopez drops back to pass, got to rush, got to run. He does. Looks to throw it, got a holding penalty. Thrown to Pittman. Pittman just off of his hands, but I think we got a hold in the backfield.
And another one.
Yep. So penalty flags on the play. Moves James Clemens back with a minute 7 left to play in this ball game.
I was afraid there was going to be a second penalty there. The guy in the middle of the field threw a flag in there a lot later than the first one. But I guess it's just a hold.
So that's going to push them into their own territory. So penalty, the holding call. So that's going to be moving James Clemens all the way back to their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, we got first down in forever.
I mean, we got to get to the
30
Florence.
yards. First and 30.
Yeah. I mean, we got to get to the Florence 28.
Yeah.
So, that's a long way to go. Lopez has the arm. He's dropping back to pass. Quick pass. That was a hold on
surprised
early,
we
and they
didn't
did
get a
not
flag
call
there.
it. I tell you, he had a handful of jersey over there on Doty.
He almost pulled the receiver down before the ball got to him.
Trying to go back shoulder right there to Doty, and he couldn't get turned around.
No, he really couldn't. So second down after that ball falls incomplete with a minute 2 left to play in the game. James Clemens down by 18. 38-20, your score. Lopez drops back to pass. Got to run. Throws it deep. Hurley blocking Doty. And, again, I don't know. I mean, looked like he was elbowing him a little bit there, but they're letting him play.
That's pretty good coverage right there.
Yeah, he had position on him already. He was actually on the front side of that route almost, and the ball was out of play. The ball was thrown out of bounds, so I don't know that there was a play to be made anyway.
So 3rd and forever for James Clemens. We're under a minute with 54 seconds left to play in the game. So Lopez, shotgun, 2 splits to the far, 2 to the near. Takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw it. Hits, looks like Cooper. Cooper not able to bring it in. Bringing up 4th down. 48 seconds left to play in this game.
Yeah, tried to hit Cooper right there on a little drag right across the middle, and the ball got there at the same time as the defender did, and he just couldn't hold on.
So now we're just going to – got 4th and forever. 48 seconds left in the ball game. And
what you got dialed up here on 4th and 30, Coach?
Throw it.
I mean, I'd just throw it towards the stripes in the right over there in the south end zone.
May take a chance on my big, tall receiver down the line.
I'm running 4 verticals, and I'm throwing it up.
Lopez got to get rid of it. He does. Throws it over here to Eggert. The defensive back came over and was able to knock that down with 40 seconds. Turnover on downs there.
You'd have liked to seen Eggert use his height. He stayed on the ground and let that ball come down and gave the defensive back a chance to reach in and knock it away. If he goes up like it's a rebound, he's got the position on the defender right there. I don't know if he had enough yardage for a first down anyway.
I don't think so.
But he didn't even attempt to go up and get that ball. He just sat on the ground.
You got to go up and get that because he made it too easy for the defensive back to make a play on the ball rather than
especially
trying to make
when
a
you're
play
6'6".
coming through him. Yeah. Man, here's a positive. Okay, the last few drives, we've seen the old Gio Lopez.
Yeah.
A guy that's moving around, getting outside the pocket, finding space, creating time, and then looking downfield to find receivers and making some really good throws at times. That's a positive.
So Florence comes out. Ball at the James Clemens 42-yard line. They are going to line up in kind of a victory formation. And bobbled the snap.
He almost fumbled the snap.
Ever understood going victory formation and shotgun.
Yeah, no. So that is such a big difference between the play clock and the game clock. That will be the last play. So as we're counting down 20 and continue the countdown, James Clemens going to drop down to 1-4 on the season, 1-2 in Region 4 action. Florence improves to 3-2 on the season, 2-1 in Region 4 action. And as we close this one out, your final score: Florence 38, James Clemens 20. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll give you some post-game thoughts. We'll have our Lawler's Fan of the Week and our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game for James Clemens. You're listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
For spotless cleaning at your service, call Extreme Pressure Washing, residential and commercial exterior cleaning specialists taking pride in their work to provide convenient and conventional services. Exterior walls, roofs and gutters, fences, driveways and sideways, decks, patios and porches, they clean it all. Extreme Pressure Washing offers free estimates and guarantees satisfaction on every job from start to finish. Extreme Pressure Washing. Call 321-9119. Look for them on Facebook or online at extremepressurewashing21.net. Spell it XTREME. Extreme Pressure Washing. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Alabama.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. That's pasnetwork.net. Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports. Your final score, Florence 38, James Clemens 20. As we look over Florence running off on the field and celebrating, and we see Coach McGee out there talking to his players. Just a tough loss here at homecoming for James Clemens. Coach Johnson, we'll start with you. Offensively, some positives, more negatives. We had too many turnovers in the second half.
Yeah, turnovers and penalties. It seemed like every time we got a big play, there was either a turnover or a penalty in the second half, and just kind of like we said, shoot yourself in the foot and have to back up. And now instead of having a 20, 30-yard gain, you're backed up 10 more yards behind the line of scrimmage. And so just you saw bits and pieces. I think Coach Kimbrough alluded to it a little bit ago of Gio moving around and hitting some guys, but Coach Cole's offense isn't built for that.
Yeah.
His offense is built for quick strikes and get back on the line of scrimmage and let's quick strike again. And you see bits and pieces of flashes of it working, but we can't find any consistency right now. And that's been a struggle offensively because of being off the field in a hurry
Yeah.
and putting our defense back on the field a lot.
Well, defensively, we talked about this in the pregame show. Coach Kimbrough is, when you have when we see an athletic quarterback, that has been kind of and I said it earlier in the broadcast, is our Achilles heel. And tonight it showed up again, not able to contain the quarterback when he gets the ball.
Yeah, controlling the quarterback run has been a nemesis for us. It's very difficult for us to do. It's difficult for anybody to do. But I think Coach Johnson hit it with the key word is consistency. Defensively, we play well, and then we have a big lapse, or we have a big letdown, or we have a big breakdown somewhere, and you can't get off the field. Then go back to offense where your defense is running right back out there because of a short series offensively. That's really tough to do. So we got to develop some consistency. In the other games, I felt like we played really well at times and gave ourselves a chance against teams that were better than us. I don't know that tonight Florence was better than us.
Yeah, we came out and we rushed down there. We looked good a couple of times, but again, turnovers, penalties. It's the same story, just different game, shooting ourselves in the foot when it comes to that. Well, it's time now for our Lawlers Fan of the Week. If you want to be considered for the Lawlers Fan of the Week, all you need to do is go enter your name at pasnetwork.net. We'll announce the winner during our postgame show of each and every James Clemens game, and the winner gets a gift card from Lawlers Barbecue. Tonight, the winner is Connie Ball. Connie Ball, congratulations. You are our Lawlers Fan of the Week. All you need to do is go by the WKAC radio station in Athens and pick up your gift card. You have 2 weeks to do that. So please, Connie, go pick up your gift card. Get you a big old stuffed potato from Lawlers because those things are good. And if you want to be considered, like I said, just go on to pasnetwork.net and enter your name for the drawing weekly for the Lawlers Fan of the Week. Now, during the postgame show, we also mentioned our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game. Our featured Jet will get a $25 gift card from Mellow Mushroom. Tonight, our player of the game is the running back, number 6, Gabe Ballard. Coach Johnson, Gabe, had some good plays in the beginning, made some good catches, had some big runs, but unfortunately not the big ones that we needed to win the ball game. But he still did his job.
He's a guy that finally looked more healthy tonight than he's looked in a couple of weeks. Had a little spring in his step early, ran the ball hard, broke some good runs. A couple of them that got called back for whatever reason. But a guy that finally looks to be getting healthy, that can be a difference maker in this offense. And it was fun to watch him in that first half, especially as he busted some hard, tough runs and made some good cuts. When he gets going north and south, he's tough to stop. And he had a good night, especially the first half.
Coach Kimbrough, when you look at where we're at right now, I mean, we're down 1-2 in Area 4, but we've still got a big season ahead of us. We can make a change. We could still get into the playoffs. It's too early to say that we're out of it, but we got to make some changes.
No, we're out of it. One of those changes might need to be me. We're 0-3 when I'm in the booth. And I took an off week, and we get the monkey off our back and put a W on the board. No, in all seriousness, it's a long season, and it's football. Anything can happen. Things change from week to week with teams, with opponents, with our team. And, have we had a game yet where we've had all of our guys on the field that need to be on the field? I don't know that we have. So, that's still out there of when are we going to put our best 11 on the field at the same time. That's tough to do. Maybe we get that consistency. I think the sky is the limit for this group if we just get there. It's getting there is the process.
Well, we'll be back with James Clemens football in 2 weeks as we go to Sparkman in 2 weeks on the 30th of this month. And all three of us will be back in the booth to call that game over at Sparkman as James Clemens will be visiting the Senators Field for the second year in a row. And but next week we'll have Limestone County football action as we'll be in Ardmore for the Elkmont at Ardmore matchup there in Limestone County. Looking forward to that matchup next week.
I'm going to say this about Sparkman trip. Last time we went to Sparkman, it poured the whole game.
I remember.
And I was your halftime guest, if you remember. This was before I was in the booth. And I came up here dripping water on everything you had.
Well, maybe while we're at Sparkman, we'll just relive that moment minus the rain, and we'll just talk to you at halftime. How about that?
There we go.
I like that. Well, hey, listen, your final score here at Madison City School Stadium. Florence gets a big win against our James Clemens Jets. 38-20 is your final score. For Coach Brad Kimbrough, for Coach Johnny Johnson, and our producer, Mr. Tim Lambert, I'm Kirk Pierce. Thanks for joining us tonight for the broadcast. You've been listening to James Clemens Football on Play Action Sports.
You've been listening to James Clemens High School Football. If you'd like to download a copy of tonight's game, log on to pasnetwork.net. James Clemens High School Football is a production of Play Action Sports.